mountains involved in that. The only top 25 matchup of the afternoon, number 18 Arizona State at Cal is coming up next. Kansas hosts South Florida later in the day. Let's talk about our game moments away, the top 25 matchup, ASU and Cal. And BR, I look at Cal and what happened to them at Tennessee, but it seems like they've rebounded well. And not so much Marshawn Lynch, but Nate Longshore, the quarterback, has looked better in the last few games.
Well, yeah, Nate Longshore has been waiting for this opportunity. The job was his last year, and he had the injury. Joe Ayoub took over, and it was not a good year for the California Golden Bears. But I'll tell you, Nate Longshore has come back since that Tennessee game, over 500 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. He is starting to lead this team because he's getting help from Marshawn Lynch, from Deshaun Jackson, from all the surrounding players that have talent on that Cal roster.
Well, no one told him to break his leg last year. That was his decision to break his leg. But look, we talked about ASU throwing the football. They have to do one thing to do that. Block Brandon Beanbane, the big defensive tackle from Cal. He has 4 sacks. He's tremendous. He's big. He's quick. He'll be in the NFL next season. But let me tell you, they got to stop him to get it done.
Did you really just say that was his decision to break his leg?
He decided to break his leg.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
He just decided it that day.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for some incredible insight. Incredible game forthcoming here on FSN. It is a Pac-10 showdown. It is the Pac-10 opener for Arizona State and Cal. Who will make that step towards USC and that USC throne that they've been on for the last 800 years? Enjoy the Pac-10 battle. It's coming your way next.
This is it. The Chevy Model Year End event is almost over. The last of the 06s are going fast. So come get your Chevy before someone else does. Like Colorado Regular Cab LS with available street pack that gets an EPA estimated 27 highway MPG. Get this 06 Colorado Regular Cab 2-wheel drive with available street pack with 0% APR for 60 months. Claim yours before they're gone. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyLocalDealer.com.
The perfect lawn. Durable, yet thick and soft. A beautiful setting for your most cherished moments. You'd be surprised what happens on your lawn while you're away, especially if you've planted Rebel grass seed. Rebel gives you a durable yet soft and beautiful lawn. Rebel grass seed. Enjoy your lawn. The neighbors do.
If your son has the dream of playing football, now you can help him succeed like never before. Introducing Backyard Drills with Bill Parcells, the most powerful inside pro football coaching video ever produced.
Hi, I'm Bill Parcells, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and I'll be your head coach for Backyard Drills Football DVD.
Imagine Bill Parcells and legendary players teaching you techniques taught to the pros.
Don't look at the face, follow the chest.
No matter how little you know about football, learn in just minutes how to teach your child any position.
I know how to develop a winning attitude in young men. I know that together, we can do the same with your son.
Order Backyard Drills today and try it for 30 days absolutely risk-free. All 22 positions on offense and defense, but that's not all. Order today and get 2 free bonus DVDs, sports nutrition and fitness, plus kicking and punting. All 4 DVDs over 6.5 hours. Yours to try for 30 days absolutely risk-free. Not available in stores, makes a great gift, so call now for this limited time offer.
I'm thinking of a number between 450 and 850. Do you know what it is? It's my credit score, and it happens to be 720. The higher my credit score, the better chance I have of saving a lot of money. Do you know your credit score? Do you know what's in your credit report? You can find out right now at freecreditreport.com. You can even print it out if you want to. How much easier could it get? Log on to freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
Free credit report offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
The Predators are back. The season begins October 5th on FSN South.
The non-conference warm-ups are over. The run for the Roses officially begins today for Arizona State and California. The Sun Devils' next 3 games are against the best the Pac-10 has to offer, and they're ready to show everyone that they are among the conference elite. Their defense has featured a sack attack that's the best in the nation. On the other side of the ball, quarterback Rudy Carpenter has won 7 of the 8 games he started in his career. ASU faces a Cal team that's trying to erase memories of a rocky start to their season. Since getting whacked by Tennessee, the Bears have posted 2 lopsided victories. With offensive weapons like running back Marshawn Lynch and wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, Cal should give the ASU defense their toughest test of the season. Caution, Bears get angry when prodded with a hot poker. Pac-10 football is next on FSN.
Well, Grantland Rice would have loved it. What a day in the San Francisco Bay Area, and what a day for the Pac-10 Conference opener here at soon-to-be-redone Memorial Stadium in Berkeley. Yeah, there's a few Arizona State fans, but they're going to have 50,000 California fans rooting against them. It's the Kyocera Pac-10 game of the day, the Arizona State Sun Devils and the California Golden Bears. And hello again, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins. You know my partner, my pal, Petros Papadakis. And Petros, these two coaches agree. They've both been on a road test, if you will, for the past 3 weeks. Both have done pretty well, but both agree we're going to find out how good we are today.
Where would you rather be other than this bastion of progressive thought, Strawberry Canyon, Berkeley, California? Both these teams have BCS aspirations. Only one is going to leave today with a realistic view of that. One of these teams got to win. It's a battle to stay atop the Pac-10.
Both these teams also have a quarterback that can get the job done, but can they get it done under the pressure of a Pac-10 conference opener? Nate Longshore.
I like Nate Longshore. He's accurate. He's the kind of quarterback that Jeff Tedford likes. He had a rocky start at Tennessee, but you know what? He wasn't as bad as he looked on film. He made the right reads, and he's got a great running back to give the ball to and take some pressure on him. That is Heisman Trophy candidate Marshawn Lynch. He is just an awesome back. Look at that average. It's unbelievable, and it's 7 yards for his career. He can beat you. He can run over you. He can run by you. I love Marshawn Lynch. He's great to watch.
Rudy Carpenter won the job in training camp, stepped in last year when Sam Keller got hurt, and boy, did he come through.
Rudy Carpenter is a great football player, and he is the quintessential gunslinger for A-State at quarterback. He runs well. He throws best on the run. He's not afraid to make any throw out there on the field, and he is the guy to lead this team. He is most definitely the leader of the Sun Devils, and this is a guy that is going to come out here today with a lot of pressure on him because of the Sam Keller situation. Sam Keller is gone. Rudy Carpenter has got to keep putting up big numbers to keep everybody in Tempe happy.
And he says what California tries to do is get you to beat them with a forward pass. If you're going to beat him, he says, you know what? That's perfectly fine with me. Should be a great one. Sun Devils and Bears. Next.
So they're just driving along talking about whatever, and suddenly, wham.
I know, I saw it.
Just think maybe they went too far.
I think where they went was real.
But is it just shocking for the sake of shocking?
But being in an accident isn't a shock? That's what they call it, an accident.
Yeah, but you're watching TV, commercial comes on.
HBCU fans, it's a family affair at the 2006 Bank of America Atlanta Football Classic, presented by 100 Black Men of Atlanta. Saturday, September 30th, 3 p.m. in the Georgia Dome. FAMU and Tennessee State always do it to it on the field, and this year will be no exception. You and the family better be there. Don't forget about halftime.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Come out to the Job, College, Health Fair, and Parade. Pre-game fun for the whole family. All proceeds benefit 100 Black Men of Atlanta's charity, Project Success.
Did you know Honda makes portable generators? Well, they do, and they're perfect for camping, working anywhere you need. For all kinds of RV comforts like air conditioning, or for emergency backup. Lightweight and quiet, Honda's got a generator that's right for you. See the CU 2000? Two of them provided enough power to film this entire commercial. Honda, the power of choice. Call us for the dealer nearest you or shop online now at honda.com.
We're America's largest refiner, and some of the vehicles we fuel don't travel on roads. For those that do, we make some of the cleanest gasoline on the planet, and every drop is performance guaranteed. And our employees contribute over 200,000 hours a year in our communities. We know you probably don't think about these things when you think of Valero. That's okay, just as long as when you do think of us, you think of this. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
You ever think you might have worms? If your computer is slowing down or crashing or just acting weird.
E-acceleration with the full power of Stop Sign can make it like new again.
Stop Sign gives you virus protection second to none.
With a spam blocker and spyware remover.
Pop-up blocker.
And the Stop Sign firewall for all the protection you'll ever need.
Guaranteed.
You may be infected and not even know it. Go to StopSign.com for a free virus scan now.
Welcome back inside our College Football Saturday studios in Los Angeles. Mike Goldberg alongside DeMarco Farr, Billy Ray Smith. Get you to the top 25 showdown in a moment. But how about the upset alert in Athens, Georgia? Number 7 Georgia has been trailing all day long to winless Colorado. Now this is late in the fourth quarter. Georgia in the red zone. Fourth down play. Pass is deflected, goes incomplete. Colorado holds on to their 13-7 lead. But Georgia gets the football right back. And Joe Cox, number 3 on the depth chart, coming into the year at quarterback, throws the touchdown pass. 46 seconds remain. And Georgia has just taken the lead 14-13. What a football game. Could we have similar heroics at our game in Berkeley? We'll find out. If we get heroics on the ASU side, I think it's going to be Rudy Carpenter and their offensive weapons.
Absolutely. Are they going to miss Sam Keller? I don't think so. They didn't even count him. He's in Nebraska right now. Rudy Carpenter, the top quarterback in the Pac-10 right now. Zach Miller, the top tight end. Keegan Herring, one of the best screen running backs in the Pac-10. Inside-outside game, mix up the run and pass, get those backers to commit, throw them over the top. ASU wins the game.
I think when Dirk Cutter is the head coach, I think you're going to have offense. I think he's going to recruit great offensive talent. I think the problem has been on defense for Arizona State, and now they've pretty much turned that around. Last year, they were giving up 30 points a game, almost 470 yards a game. They've cut that in half.
Will it be Rudy Burgess or will it be some man named Lynch? I think Marshawn Lynch is pretty good, who runs the football very well today. It is time to get out to Cal Berkeley for the kickoff of Game 2 of our FSN triple header. Enjoy the first half, everybody.
You have the real-time four-wheel drive, no?
No, I do have real-time four-wheel drive.
That is what I said, no?
Well, no, you said I had real-time four-wheel drive, but then you said no at the end.
Such is a French tongue, oui?
Well, I've never been to Paris, France, but I'll take your word for it. After all, you are a penguin who is French.
Eh oui, I am a French penguin, no?
You just did it again.
The best damn sports show, period. Sports Television's nightly party. Weeknights on FSN.
Here we go!
Football Saturday on FSN is presented by Kyocera, the new value frontier. And brought to you in part by the Dave & Buster Power Combo, a full-sized entree and a $10 game card. Great food, great games, great prize. Eat, drink, play. By Pacific Life. For insurance, annuities, and investments, choose Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed. And by the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. Your dollar goes further at KFC. Welcome back to Strawberry Canyon. Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis alongside California Golden Bears taking the field. Before the home crowd here, it'll be a near sellout crowd once more at Memorial Stadium to do battle with visitors from Tempe, Arizona, the Arizona State Sun Devils. With more, let's meet the third member of our broadcast team. He is the only Jimmy Watson. Waddy,
All right, Barry, thanks very much. You know, Arizona State is undefeated, but they still don't know what kind of defense they have. This was a dreadful bunch last year, ranked 114th in the country. But things have changed. They are deeper, they are quicker, and they're playing with confidence, allowing just 13 points a game. And they piled up 18 sacks. That's #1 in the nation for the first 3 weeks. And the attitude has improved as well. Jordan Hill is one of the leaders of this defense. He said at the beginning of the year, hey, last year our offense was great, one of the best in the country. Our defense was at the bottom of that list. We took it personally. It was embarrassing. And they set out to win some games. They've already done it. They've looked great over the first 3 weeks. But let me point out, those first 3 weeks, Northern Arizona and Nevada and Colorado does not match up to the next 3 weeks with USC, Oregon, and the California Bears. So Arizona State is 3-0, but for their defense, their road to redemption starts right here today in Strawberry Canyon.
Yeah, thanks, Waddy. That's their first test, of course, here at Strawberry Canyon, and it is going to be a tough next 3 weeks. P, let's talk about the Pacific Life keys to success.
Well, for Arizona State, they have to control that run. Cal's got the 2 best running backs in the Pac-10 and Forsett and Lynch. Those guys cannot get off today, getting 10 yards a pop, and they have got to get to Nate Longshore, welcoming him into Pac-10 play. For Cal, they got to eliminate the vertical passing lanes. They have to let Rudy Carpenter know he's playing in the Pac-10 again, and they have to get their backs going. Lynch, Forsett, these guys have to control and set the pace and set the tone and the tempo of this game for the Golden Bears.
Sun Devils won the toss, and they opted to take the ball. And you don't see that very much anymore, but they want to be on offense first. Should point out something, too. Guys in the studio talked about Rudy Burgess and what an effect he could have on this game. He'll have to do it from 600 miles away because he is not here. He has a neck injury, will not play today. This is going to be Richardson, about 2 yards deep. Gets the 10, got a little alley to the 20, to the 23, and is absolutely cracked by the California Golden Bears. There on the tackle was Justin Forsett. 25-yard return, and the Sun Devils will start at the 23-yard line. Here are the lineups at quarterback. Rudy Carpenter, we talked about him, only his senior season at Westlake, stepped in as a freshman at ASU, did an unbelievable job. Herring will get the start, but he does have a hamstring problem, so we don't expect to see him a whole lot. It is a good and effective offensive line led by Andrew Carnahan. First offensive snap. Carpenter going up on first down, got a man, and unable to hang on was Richardson. Let's take a look at the lineups defensively for the California Golden Bears. And this is a very good California defense. Both these teams very good defensively. Maafala with Malele, Mebane, and Tafizi. Mebane, the All-American candidate, double teamed on almost every snap. Mickey Pimentel is going to get the start today ahead of Justin Moy at linebacker. Damian Hughes, an All-American candidate. Sidquan Thompson will be an interesting guy to watch in this game. He is just a freshman. Give this time, for the first time, is to DeWitty. Make it Ryan Terrain. So Keegan Herring is not on the field, and we don't know how much he is going to play today. He does have a hamstring problem.
Herring did start the game, and they went play action out of that. Almost got the ball to Terry Richardson for a nice gain, a little high by Rudy Carpenter. But now they're trying to get the run game going as Arizona State, and they have to keep Cal at least a little bit honest with the run so they can get those passing lanes opened up that we talked about. 3rd down and 7, exactly the situation that Rudy Carpenter told us he does not want to be in. There's show blitz, then back out of it. Deep drop for Carpenter. Now he's going to have to bail out of it. Throws underneath, and there's the tight end, Zach Miller. If not the best tight end in America, find me another one. Definitely the finest in the conference, no question, and he always seems to be in the right spot. Zach Miller is not a burner. He's not a guy that flies around, but Rudy Carpenter knows how to get open, find a throwing lane, and get it to him. Desmond Bishop on the tackle. Desmond Bishop's a great leader for the Cal defense, but he is not going to be able to stay with Zach Miller, who is just unbelievable. Got great hands, uses his body well, best tight end around. So first down just short of the 40-yard line. McGahey goes in motion, and to give this time, and straight ahead, that's Terrain, and Terrain's going to be close to another first down. I believe he's going to have it in midfield. We're not going to see Terrain break any kind of 50-yard run in this football game. He's a big kid, 216 pounds, 6 foot, but he is not a burner, more of a slashing running back. 163 yards coming into this game, and he is getting most of the carries, like we said, because Keegan Herring, a very talented sophomore back, has a little bit of a hammy problem. We saw him in the game, but Terrain is good at getting upfield and gaining yardage to help Rudy Carpenter out and open up that passing game.
Dimitri Nance, the freshman, now the running back. So already ASU has played 4 running backs. The ball right at midfield. Play fake, Carpenter rolling right, got all day to throw it. Now he's being pursued, runs out of time, and will get out of bounds after a pickup of about 2 at the 48-yard line. Mickey Pimentel was coming hard at him.
And Mickey Pimentel got the start in this game at the strong side linebacker over Justin Moy. Cal has about 6 or 7 linebackers that are going to play in this football game and just didn't give up on the play. You see Rudy Carpenter, a man who can really roll out and look. He never gives up on a play. Doesn't matter how close to the line of scrimmage he is. But Pimentel stayed with it. Only a short game for the Sun Devils.
And Pimentel got the start today because of that speed. Terrain back in at the running back spot now. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. Play fake. Carpenter going up again. Now he throws and throws it too wide. Intended that time for McGahey. Good protection up front as Carpenter has not been in a whole lot of trouble. And as you pointed out, P likes to run get out of there and throw on the move.
Well, you saw there he dropped back, and that was a situation where he's not very comfortable just dropping back and throwing in the pocket. But that offensive line is doing a great job. And they've really found the right mix on this ASU team on offense and defense. They got the right mix of young guys and old guys and leaders and really talented players.
3 wideouts now, slot left on 3rd and 7. Straight back Carpenter throws, got a man. It's caught by Richardson and a first down at the 38-yard line of the Bears. So 2 big 3rd down plays on this drive.
Well, you saw Rudy very patient there, dropping back. Again, not his most comfortable spot on the field. Just a nice 5-step drop. Only, just a 5-step drop, and he sees Richardson coming across on the drive route. He had Miller underneath there. He chooses Richardson over Miller, just like the first play of the game, but this time the ball was right on the money, and Richardson able to haul it in.
Sidquan Thompson playing a little soft that time, was well off of Richardson. First down at the 37-yard line of the Bears. DeWitty, the running back. Carpenter straight back again. Steps up, throws, incomplete. That was just a little bit of a communications gap, I think, there between Mike Jones, the intended receiver. I think Carpenter thought it was going to be a hitch and go, and Jones thought it was a hitch.
Either that or he slipped on his double move. Double moves are a big part of college football, and they can get corners to bite, especially Damian Hughes, a very aggressive corner, probably the best corner on the West Coast. And you saw Mike Jones trying to come out of that double move, just slips down. The ball was there, but where was Mike Jones?
Might have been a touchdown. That single coverage out there. Terrain back into the running back spot. They stack receivers to the right side. Now they're doing a man in motion, and this is Terrain. He gets a little gap. A 35-30. Gets down to the 25, down to the 21-yard line, and another Sun Devil first down. A pickup of 16.
Terrain, a junior. He's been hanging around for a while out of Kansas. Getting a nice block from Fanica, his right guard, getting the start over Stephen Berg. And you can see him just finding a little spot in that California defense, a tough Cal defense, able to creep in there.
10th play of the drive upcoming. Terrain has picked up 30 yards on the ground, sitting in for Keegan Herring. First down at the 21-yard line of the Bears. Bears showing a 9-man front here. And they give us to Terrain, gets a great block, gets down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. And that was Andrew Carnahan, the senior, who led the way in a 9-man front shown by the Bears.
Well, whenever you get into a 9-man front, you see all this space. It's there. All you can see is the end zone. There's no Cal player there. Now, there's one hiding there, but that's a very dangerous situation when you get in that Bear defense and show them a 9-man front where you have a center and both guards covered. Once that running back breaks the line of scrimmage, he can go all the way, and Tedford knows his team dodged a bullet there. That could have been a touchdown.
Second down and 3. This time Lewis goes in motion. Give the Terrain again. Nice block by Lewis. Terrain will have a first down inside the 10-yard line. And the Sun Devils absolutely doing everything right on the offensive end on this drive.
They're looking good right now because they're running the football well and they're getting terrain going on that offensive line going forward. Now, if this continues as a trend throughout the first half, it does not bode well for California because everybody knows Arizona State's strength is with the quarterback and that passing game and getting down the field to the tight end. If they can get the run game going, then their pass will get going in the second quarter and into the second half, and Cal's going to have to score a lot of points to keep up.
5 carries, 42 yards for Ryan Terrain on this drive. Slot left this time with Lewis in the slot. There's a swing pass to Terrain. Terrain gets into the 5, steps into the end zone, and let's see if it's touchdown. It is. Officials taking a look to see if he stepped out of bounds. He did not. It is an Arizona State touchdown on a drive that was an absolute thing of beauty.
Beautiful play. They kept sucking everybody in with Terrain, and they just ran what is called a fire screen and got Terrain out there. Just a real quick hitting swing pass. They sucked in the ends, and Terrain was able to tiptoe that sideline. Very nice footwork. And the forearm from Desi Bishop a little late. Touchdown Sun Devils.
Ainsworth to try the point. And that was an extremely efficient drive on the first possession of the game. Ainsworth drives it through, and just like that, the Sun Devils have taken a 7-0 lead, a drive that took 4 minutes and 4 seconds and was absolutely terrific. I mean, they made no mistakes.
What do you value? Do you value the environment and generating clean energy from sunlight? Maybe you value advances in easy-to-use office equipment that saves time and is shaping the future of business communication. Or do you value the modern miracles that give your family better health, a better quality of life, and an instant connection to those you love? In so many things you value, Kyocera brings new value to your world. Kyocera, the new value frontier.
We're America's largest refiner, and some of the vehicles we fuel don't travel on roads. For those that do, we make some of the cleanest gasoline on the planet, and every drop is performance guaranteed. And our employees contribute over 200,000 hours a year in our communities. We know you probably don't think about these things when you think of Valero. That's okay, just as long as when you do think of us, you think of this. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
For Coach Taylor, football was more than a game. It was a way of life.
We need new leadership.
All he needed was a miracle.
We got the toughest schedule we ever had and less talent than we ever had.
Winning football games is too small a thing to live for.
You can't win football games if you don't play together as a team.
NFL great Dan Reeves exclaims, a great movie. Every family in America should see it. Facing the Giants, rated PG. Coming to theaters September 29th.
Well, a brilliant drive by Arizona State. They're on the board first. Cal hasn't had the ball yet. They'll get it in just a moment. That last pass, there's nothing fancy about it, but Terrain taking it in. As you see, he ran for 42 yards on the drive in replacing Herring. And I don't know what you can say about that other than perfect.
Yeah, they look great, especially running the football. They were patient with Rudy Carpenter. They didn't really try to go downfield. They got the ball to the tight end a little bit. Just one drop pass in the drive. Other than that, Arizona State coming out with a real sense of purpose and throwing a very, very efficient and nice fire screen. You see Zach Follett coming in off the edge at the will linebacker on a blitz and just completely loses track of Terrain. And Andrew Carnahan is out here, one of the finest right tackles in all of the Pac-10, out front blocking, and just a very easy play. They walled off everybody, and Terrain able just to tiptoe in there. A beautiful drive and well executed by Arizona State, and it says a lot for a team playing on the road in the Pac-10 Open.
Well, and Dirk Cutter told us yesterday, he said it's really important to get out of the blocks early, kind of keep the crowd out of the game as much as you can. It's going to be Marcus O'Keefe at about the 2-yard line. Gets the 15, gets a little gap, gets the 25 and the 30. Caught from behind as he gets the 35-yard line by Zach Catanese. Return of 33 yards as we take a look at the Kyocera starting lineups for the California Golden Bears. Nate Longshore will be the quarterback, really only playing in about his third game when you consider the injury last year. Marshawn Lynch will get the start at running back. Byron Storrs starts at tight end, although Craig Stevens is available today. The offensive line is a patchwork offensive line with Tepper and Gibson getting the starts at the tackle spots. A lot of injuries. We'll tell you more about that. Trips right on first down. Marshawn Lynch gets the call, picks up 5 to the 40-yard line. Might have gotten across the 40 where Dexter Davis puts the stop on him for the Devils. Defensively for Arizona State. And you heard Jimmy Watson talk about how effective they've been. 18 sacks, but I think what's really impressive about that, they've come from 12 different people. Darren Ware, the Bears love him in terms of his speed. They don't love to play against him, but they sure like what he does. Second down and 5. Longshore will throw. A little pump fake, almost a pick. Very close that time as Josh Barrett, or make that Deron Ware almost jumped the route.
Now Cal's got to be careful. They got to be really careful here because they can't afford to have their offense sputter. They need at least 1 first down here, not just to answer Arizona State, but at the same time to get their defense a little rest. And Tedford checking out that big wristband he always wears, trying to find a third down play to help out his young quarterback.
Coming the slot right. Longshore straight back. Got to throw and overthrew his intended receiver, who was Robert Jordan. He had a step on a fade route, but Longshore just didn't get it to him.
Well, you look at Cal offensively right now, and right now they have to punt, and that is a bad deal for Cal. They do not want to give the ball back to Rudy Carpenter, who's looking like Merlin the Magician right now on the road. Deshaun Jackson runs a 4.29 40, a legit one. Robert Jordan runs a 4.3. Marshawn Lynch and Justin Forsett are the 2 of the best backs in the country, let alone the Pac-10. If they can just find Nate Longshore a comfort zone to get these guys all the ball, Cal's going to be okay, but right now they got to give it up.
Andrew Larson, first-year punter on for California. He's been effective. This one could be returned. Look out, it's a line drive. Richardson handles it 19-yard line. Great open field tackle that time. And he had been able to slip by Marcus Ezef. He might have gone a long way. 7-0, Sun Devils. We'll be back.
Head over to Dave & Buster's for the Power Combo. Choose from 10 entrees like our blackened chicken pasta, Parmesan chicken Caesar, or barbecue ribs. And get a $10 game card, all for just $15.99. The Dave & Buster's Power Combo. Food and fun, only $15.99.
Well, it's been a long day for Strahan.
What a lovely shot. Yeah!
Hey, maybe it's your deodorant. Let's start over. No, this time start with new Right Guard Sport Deodorant, now packed with even more scent. Right Guard, start right and right.
The perfect lawn. Durable, yet thick and soft. A beautiful setting for your most cherished moments. You'd be surprised what happens on your lawn while you're away, especially if you've planted Rebel grass seed. Rebel gives you a durable yet soft and beautiful lawn. Rebel grass seed. Enjoy your lawn. The neighbors do.
This is it. The Chevy Model Year End event is almost over. The last of the 06s are going fast, so come get your Chevy before someone else does. Like Silverado Half-Ton, J.D. Power and Associates' highest-ranked large pickup in initial quality. Buy an 06 Silverado Half-Ton Extended Cab and get $4,500 cash back. Claim yours before they're gone. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyLocalDealer.com.
FLW Outdoors is in full swing as top anglers battle to be champion. Tomorrow on FSN.
We welcome you back. Number 18, Arizona State leading number 20, California, 7-0. And Arizona State will get it back. Let's take a look at Dave & Buster's leaderboards. And they did this themselves, Dave & Buster, and I think they do darn nice work, don't you?
Couple great guys.
USC.
Talk about having a good time.
They're up there. They were drawing this stuff up early this morning when we got here. California and Arizona State, as you see, other than USC, the 2 most effective teams in the Pac-10 Conference. Wow. The men of Troy. Ooh.
That's a tough one on the schedule every year for everybody in the Pac-10. But right now, these teams have really got to figure it out. And when I'm talking about teams, I'm talking about Cal, because A-State has got them right where they want them. Dirk Cutter, incidentally, is 0-10 in California versus Pac-10 teams. So he's got his team ready. I don't think he likes that record very much.
Going out of the I formation here on the first snap. It'll start at the 17-yard line. And this is DeWitty. And DeWitty slips by the first wave of tacklers again and picks up about 4. Laurel Williams comes up, makes a stop for California.
John DeWitty, just a sophomore, about the same size as Terrain. He's also a bigger back, and you saw him. 2 hands on the ball, doesn't want to fumble. Got the 5 yards. And that's a great way for Arizona State to start. I mean, they're really starting to look efficient offensively with Rudy Carpenter running them. And he was very efficient last year, but a few mistakes early in the season had some people shrugging their shoulders. He looks great so far today.
2nd down and 6. 4 yards on 1st down. Almost anybody will take that. Here's Terrain again, left side, and he is cracked. But again, Terrain gets it up close to a 1st down. Thomas DeCou came up and really cracked him, but that first wave of tacklers for the Bears has been invisible.
Yeah, because the left side of that Arizona State line is doing great. Brandon Rodd, Robert Gustavus really making a nice edge along with Zach Miller. And check out this hit in Exmo coming up and making the play. Thomas DeCou, who's leading the California team in tackles with 23 coming into this game. A nice hit, but if DeCou's got to make all your tackles 5 yards down the field, that's not going to be good enough.
That's right. It's another 1st down for the Sun Devils. Play fake this time. Carpenter to throw. He's got all day. Throws into coverage this time. Overthrows everybody.
And it's fun to watch Rudy Carpenter because he's such a nonchalant kind of quarterback, and he does have a kind of a sideways throwing motion, not all the way sidearm like young Kim or something, but you know, he gets it at an angle out there, and he just kind of has a very leisurely way of letting go of the ball. It looks like he has more of a sense of urgency when he's on the run, but when he drops back there, it almost looks like he's playing in a sandlot.
Yeah, he called it a long throwing motion. We asked him about it yesterday. 2nd down and 10. Now Zach Miller splits to the far side. That's a tough cover. Straight back Carpenter over the middle for a clear out. It's caught this time underneath by McGaha. And McGaha, and a late flag comes in. McGaha will be close to a 1st down. And this flag came in very late, and it was thrown by the field judge. And I think this is going to negate a gain of 9 yards.
They may have gotten the Devils on a pick here.
It is going against the Sun Devils. There's Dirk Cutter. Dirk, an intense guy when it comes to game day and the day before.
Illegal walk in the back on the offense, number 16. The 10-yard penalties from the end of the run, 2nd down.
Nate Kimbrough is the guilty party. Here's a look. You'll see it in the lower left.
Kimbrough coming in on the play and just taking out Sidquan Thompson in the back, and that was a good play. Had the hand right on the number 5. McGaha, nice play by Arizona State. Beautiful. They got Zach Miller widened out, cleared out that area, and brought McGaha underneath.
Now the net of all of that is really minus about a half a yard, and we'll do it all over again. So it's 2nd and 11. Here's Terrain. Terrain again breaks by the first wave of tacklers and is stopped as he crosses the 35 to the 37. Again, good blocking up front. Zach Miller that time with a key block.
And this is a very proud Cal defense, especially this defensive line. And they cannot afford to have Ryan Terrain, a 2nd-string back for the Sun Devils, getting through the first wave of tacklers for the Bears. You see the Bears fit up pretty nice, but there's a hole, and that offensive line is doing a great job of getting creases for Terrain to run through, and so far Terrain has made all the right decisions with the football.
It's a gain of 10 and then another 1st down, gain of 12 I should say on the 1st down. Sun Devils have been very impressive offensively. 1st down right at the 40-yard line. Here's Terrain on a draw play straight ahead. Across the 45 to the 47. And the Bears, front four, just getting nothing done. Here's what ASU has done rushing the football. It's been something of a problem for them, but not so far today.
Well, Rudy Burgess, who's a wide receiver now and not on this trip with a neck injury, used to be the tailback a couple years ago, and he was always a converted wide receiver. He even played some corner for this team. Last year, Keegan Herring came in as a freshman, and he took a lot of the load. They just haven't had a lot of bodies, but this year they have 4 guys that are all putting up a pretty good average, and right now Ryan Terrain is looking very good, very strong.
Here's that 9-man front again by the Bears. And here's Terrain. And terrain. This time is stopped and a flag comes in. Thomas DeCoud filled a gap that time and stopped the play for no gain. Now we'll see about the penalty. And it is going to be against Arizona State. Let's go to the sidelines once more. Jim Watson basking in the sun.
Yeah, and it is nice down here, Barry. All these penalties already on Arizona State. They just got to be grinding at Cutter. They're 3-0, but they have 23 penalties and 8 turnovers. And Cutter said that's the big story for this team coming in. The offensive line has 9 penalties in the last 2 games, and he thinks there's a national trend by defensive coordinators. And Petros, you can help me out here. The whole defensive line will yell, move, and if they all move at once, then it's not a defensive penalty. One guy moves, it's a penalty. If they all move together, it is not a penalty. And Cutter was joking around and said he thinks all the defense prevention, maybe at Hamburger Hamlet and Encino, to try to work this thing out.
Well, definitely a defense will try to yell and get you a little screwed up on the count. And on offense, you just have to know your quarterback's voice.
Carpenter straight back. He has to step up. He throws deep and overthrows everybody. Richardson, the intended receiver. And now it'll be 3rd down and long. Now, 3rd downs have not been any kind of an issue at all so far for ASU.
Well, this is a little bit different now. Cal got in that 9-man front and finally did something to Ryan Terrain where he did not get positive yardage. They were able to stop him with DeCoud way up on the line of scrimmage. That set Arizona State back along with the penalty. Here they are, another 3rd down. This will be demoralizing to the California defense if Rudy Carpenter can convert this one.
3rd down and 13. They like to screen in this situation. Whether or not they do will be interesting to see. DeWitty is the lone running back. Quick toss on a slant this time, and a catch made by Kimbrough, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down. Damian Hughes right in his grill. This time the Sun Devils will have to give it up.
And I'm not sure I like that call a whole bunch. I mean, Nate Kimbrough's a pretty good receiver, and he's a versatile guy, and Rudy Carpenter's going to throw that ball on the money every time, just a slant route. But you got Damian Hughes on. And if Damian Hughes lets that man make the catch, Damian Hughes is one of the finest corners in the country. He knows exactly where he is on the field. He knows where the sticks are. He's going to make that play. He's not going to allow you to get a 1st down. And now Cal's coming back with the football. They have a chance on offense.
Jonathan Johnson to do the punting. Deshaun Jackson will be the deep man for California, and he's going to let this bounce, and it will skip into the end zone. 53-yard punt, but it would have been more effective for ASU for a 50-yard punt. The Bears will have it at the 20-yard line, trailing 7-0. 5:41 left, 1st quarter.
For decades, there has been a gold standard in higher education. Today, it is being redefined. Learning across disciplines. Teaching at the edge of what's known. Dreaming, thinking, and acting to motivate real change. A place of learning can empower the next generation and give them a place in the sun. Arizona State University.
Go inside the final moments before catastrophe strikes and reconstruct the final seconds from disaster. Tuesdays on the National Geographic Channel.
Find me your makers.
Makers of what? Poop?
Let's teach those little bullies a lesson.
What an idiot!
Underdogs everywhere will finally have their day.
If you build it, nerds will come.
That's my Miata!
From the director of Happy Gilmore and Big Daddy, the Benchwarmers.
It's true. The only time we think about electricity is when the power goes out. Then every minute seems like an eternity. Luckily, as a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, the people working on our behalf have the training, high-tech resources, and motivation to restore power as quickly and as safely as humanly possible. See what I mean? When it comes to electricity, you know you have an outstanding team working for you when you hardly notice them at all.
Seven to nothing Arizona State, and to say that it has been offensively lopsided, P, is to make an understatement.
Well, the cannon hasn't fired for the Golden Bears yet. 20 plays Arizona State has. Cal has 3. 126 yards Arizona State has. Cal has 5. First downs, 7-0. Needless to say, the Bears got to get something going. Tedford's frustrated.
Gotta be. I mean, he is considered the offensive guru, but for that matter, so is Dirk Cutter.
He's out-guruing him right now.
Yes. Risic this time to Lynch. Lynch gets by the first man. I'll tell you what, first guy, when was the last time you saw the first guy tackle Marshawn Lynch?
You know, he reminds me a little bit of Deshaun Foster, because Marshawn Lynch has a way of kind of lurching his way down the field. He's fast, but also when guys get on him, there's something about his body just lurching forward for more yardage. It's Zach Catanese, who's a good tackler with the tackle, but you look at Catanese, doesn't give up on the play, and he does a good job, but Lynch just knows how to fight for more yardage, and there's just a certain way that guys fall off him when they try to tackle him. He just kind of sheds them.
Picked up 10 and the first California first down. It's time to go out of the gun. They bring Hawkins to the near side, and this is Hawkins at the 40-yard line. Slips a man, still on his feet, gets to midfield, stiff arms a man, gets to the 48-yard line. Right now, let's send you to our College Football Saturday studio. Kyocera Game Break with Mike Goldberg. Mike?
Barry, thank you very much. We'll begin in Tallahassee. Number 17, Florida State hosting Rice. Florida State still, well, they're still smarting from their third loss in 4 games to Clemson. They do lead Rice 14-7. Meantime, in the Horseshoe, Penn State's defense outstanding, shutting down Ohio State in the first quarter, scoreless early in the second.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. We'll be getting back to our studio on numerous occasions. Keep you abreast of what's happening. Gain of 18 on that last pass play. Longshore again throws. Has a man. Catch is made this time by Robert Jordan. And now it's the Bears that are moving the football.
And Nate Longshore is starting to calm down and relax in there. Never really got a chance to settle down. It was 3 and out in their very first series. Keno Walter White on the coverage there of Robert Jordan. They have great skill players. It's just a matter of getting them the football. And Jeff Tedford said Nate Longshore was calm and relaxed in Tennessee, even though he didn't look that great on film. They weren't very disappointed with his performance. He is the starting quarterback and got the ball beautifully there to Robert Jordan.
Slot left this time with Hawkins in the slot. And a give is to Lynch, and Lynch this time will cut it inside and pick up about 3. Pursuit that time by the Devils. Bo Manitai, first man to him. I'm going to say only a gain of 2. It was second down and 8.
And right now, if Cal can get positive yardage with Marshawn Lynch on first down, they're going to be in good shape as long as their defense can stop the Arizona State run. They just have to continue to feed their superstar the ball and then get it out to their wide receiver.
Out of the gun once more. Second down and 8. Longshore going to go up. Here's a quick pass to Lynch. Lynch had a little trouble getting started. Did get some blocking in front and does get it inside the 25-yard line, close to a first down. Keno Walter White made the tackle. And that was not really any kind of a thing of beauty, but somehow it worked.
Well, you get the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and it's always going to work more often than not. Cal said, hey, you ran a fire screen on us, we're going to run the same on you. They get Kyle Caldwell to come after Longshore at defensive end. Ball is not actually on the money. Turns Marshawn around a lot, but he's so good and so athletic, he's able to turn something out of it.
And up for a first down at the 24-yard line. And they go out of the gun again. Quick toss over the middle of the tight end, Begum, and Begum will have another California first down at the 13.
Now that is Cal's spread offense working. Cal does kind of a hybrid now of the Jeff Tedford offense, which is a 2-back, and this spread, shotgun with 1 back, just a nice quick hitting slant right over the middle, almost an outlet route to Begum. Ball's right on the money, and right now Nate Longshore looking a lot more accurate than he has.
He'll go under center this time. Ball at the 13-yard line. Here's Lynch straight ahead, gets it down inside the 10. Falls forward to about the 9-yard line. A pickup of close to 5 yards on the play.
You see how the whole game can turn on a penalty?
It's amazing, isn't it?
Arizona State getting a holding penalty. They're moving the ball great. Got a holding penalty on a run play. Forced to punt, and now Cal back on the field at home, starting to calm down and getting the ball to their superstar.
Justin Forsett in the ball game for the first time for California. A guy that Jeff Tedford just speaks about in glowing terms. Longshore throws to Forsett. He's got a little room at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown Bears. Maybe that's why he likes it.
Justin Forset's a guy they like to get out on the perimeter. He's a junior and a great back. Probably be starting anywhere else in the Pac-10, but he plays behind Marshawn Lynch, and that gives Cal a great duo. That, again, is a fire screen. We've seen 3 of them in this football game, and Forset with a lot of area, a lot of space to work with, and you don't want to give a man like that a lot of space to work with. The kid out of Texas takes it to the house.
Schneider tried the extra point to tie the game. He gets it up and gets it through. 2:51 remaining here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7.
I'm just saying, girl, I am made to order.
Dad? What's going on? First you're selling yourself for $1 and now this?
Stop treating me like I'm on the kids menu.
Whopper Jr. for $1. Bringing some attitude to the BK value menu.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans.
Guess who just got back today?
Built comfortable.
That voice that had been away.
Built strong.
Change had much to say.
Built right.
Think them cats are crazy. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
With super handling all-wheel drive. Acura Advance.
Well, the Bears with an 80-yard drive to tie things. A lot of offense in this game. 2:51 remaining here in the first period. Now California will give it back to Arizona State. Richardson and McGahey, the deep end. There you see the scoring drive, and this kick is going to be taken by Richardson about a yard deep. He comes out again to the 5 and the 10. He can go, but not this time. Stopped at the 17-yard line by the Bears. Zach Follett once again on the stop.
Poor Forsetti just scores a touchdown and has to run down on a kickoff. Here's what happened. The Bears had the perfect play call because you're going to see Arizona State run a stunt. These guys are all stuck inside, and look at all this space in the perimeter for Justin Forsett. You don't want to give a guy like that much space to work with, but Tedford called the right play with his offensive coordinator. Touchdown.
Mike Dunbar, who joined the team from Northwestern, he was responsible for the offense at Northwestern for the last several years, which I thought was a heck of an offense to watch.
Beautiful, and they're mixing it up very well. I think they found a nice balance between what Tedford did, which was that beautiful, very regular two-back offense to this spread.
Give straight ahead to DeWitty this time, nothing doing. And all of a sudden the Bears defense digging in a little bit, loss of a yard on first down.
Cal with 7 first downs on 8 plays on that drive, looking very strong, and now Arizona State has a chance to answer. Now, dare I say that we might be in for another classic Pac-10 shootout between two fine teams.
Sure looking that way. And it's not about the defense. It's not to say that either defense isn't good. It's just that
sophistication on offense.
Very sophisticated offense, both these teams. And of course, Cutter and Tedford have a history, both with the offensive coordinator for Mike Bellotti up at Oregon. Play fake this time. Carpenter will go up. He's got time. He throws. Comebacker, and the catch is made this time. And thrown out of bounds immediately was Nate Kimbrough.
And Nate Kimbrough is a guy that is pretty tight with Rudy Carpenter, and I'll tell you why. He caught Rudy's first touchdown pass last year. Caught 7 balls last year, actually, with just that one touchdown. But this year they're asking him to do more. He's a versatile receiver. He can come inside, he can come outside. They like to slot him, and that time, perfectly timed ball. Rudy Carpenter getting more comfortable, dropping back in that pocket, gets in the football, and that's a good first down for Arizona State. Takes some pressure off their defense.
Taking a little advantage of Sidquan Thompson, the freshman at corner here on the near side for California. Play fake again. Look out. Carpenter unloads it. Closest man to it that time was Mike Pollock, the center. Justin Moy was coming hard for the Bears.
Mike Pollock doesn't want to see that, have to duck his head from a screen pass from his quarterback. He'll dream at night about catching that and taking it to the house.
Well, the first down marker is brought to you by Overstock.com, where you'll find thousands of name brand products and savings up to 70% every day of the week. Overstock.com. Second down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Carpenter directing a little traffic here. Now they move Miller outside. That is Zach Miller. Look out, Carpenter in trouble. And I would have fun. They might have said he was down, but I guess his knee never touched, so he manages to tuck it away and pick up about 2 yards. Zach Follett was coming hard, had him wrapped up, only to have Carpenter just escape.
Well, Zach Follett is unblocked coming off the edge, and Rudy can kind of feel him, starts to step up, but what an athletic play by Rudy Carpenter. Desmond Bishop ends up making the play, but look at this at Exmo. Follett leaves his feet, grabs Rudy Carpenter, and the knee nowhere near touching. What an athletic and very savvy play. Rudy didn't see that guy, but he just felt it.
Heck of a play. DeWitty now is the setback. Here's that 9-man front shown by the Bears once again. Now they back out of it a little bit. 3rd down and 7. Good play here. Carpenter straight back. In trouble and wrapped out. Lose the football. Ball's loose. And let's see who's got it. The Bears say they do, and they do. California recovers. And to make matters even worse, Rudy Carpenter comes out limping. Carpenter is limping pretty decidedly as he comes to the sideline. Zach Follett was the guy who put the hit on Carpenter, and Desmond Bishop picked up the fumble.
Zach Follett, normally a special teams zealot for the Berkeley Bears, coming in and living in the Arizona State backfield on those 2 plays, jumping up, leaving his feet again, kind of breaking a rule of all defensive linemen, but ends up with the sack, staying after Carpenter, and the ball gets loosened. Rudy landed on his knee awkwardly, but seems to be walking it off down there on the side.
Yeah, did not go to the bench, and that's significant. Longshore looking long. And throws, and the catch is made brilliantly by Hawkins for a California touchdown. What a catch by Lavelle Hawkins.
And a beautiful throw by Nate Longshore. Cal told us with their offensive coordinator, Dunbar, that they were going to take their shots, and right after a turnover, why not take a shot? One-on-one coverage, Tryon just getting beat, and what a beautiful throw. That was the only place Longshore could have put it that it would have been caught. Lavelle Hawkins, a junior, with a touchdown, and now Cal's starting to get it working.
And the try for point by Schneider is up, and it is good, and just like that, the Bears have reversed things, and they lead Arizona State by 7, 14-7.
Head over to Dave & Buster's for the Power Combo. Choose from 10 entrees like our blackened chicken pasta, Parmesan chicken Caesar, or barbecue ribs, and get a $10 game card, all for just $15.99. The Dave & Buster's Power Combo. Food and fun, only $15.99.
Well, it's been a long day for Strahan.
What a lovely shot. Yeah! Who's the man?
Hey, Strahan, maybe it's your deodorant. Let's start over. No, not that one. This time start with new Right Guard Sport Deodorant, now packed with even more scent, so even the toughest odors don't stand a chance.
Oh, that is brilliant. Yes!
Right Guard. Start right, end right.
Run, Fudgems, run!
Nobody can resist free warm brownies from Domino's. Get 10 warm, delicious oven-baked brownie squares free when you buy any large pizza at menu price.
Well, Lavelle Hawkins, who came out of Stockton, Edison High School, was just saying Stockton, baby. Also came out of City College of San Francisco, a great program there. But that jump from JC to D1, never an easy thing, and he did struggle a little bit last year. Seems to have it all going right now.
Well, D1 didn't work for him once. He started his career at LSU and then went to the City College, but he's become comfortable here at Cal under Tedford, and he's always been a very nice compliment to the other receivers. That time, taking it out there and really becoming the showcase man on that one.
Richardson coming out from about 2 yards deep again. Tries to get the outside. Now look out. Hurdles a man and is finally stopped that time as he crossed the 20-yard line by Justin Moy.
You see Cal just moving Longshore a little bit on a half roll. There was no question where they wanted to go with the ball, and that wouldn't have been a touchdown in the NFL, but thank God this is the NCAA, and these guys are able to express themselves. Lavelle Hawkins with 1 foot in. Not bad coverage, but just a very nice throw. Lavelle Hawkins with a great athletic catch.
Longshore after a tough first series, 6 of 8, 96 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So now it's back to Rudy Carpenter. And to give us to Terrain right in his face that time is Mickey Pimentel. So perhaps the Bears have adjusted here.
Well, they've started to bring a lot more people on the blitz. They're starting to try to confuse the run of Arizona State with some run stunts. And they've also gotten to Rudy Carpenter not once, but twice in a row, the second time causing a fumble.
And that will get us to the end of the first period. And what a quarter of play. I mean, a ton of offense. And California leads it 14-7. We'll start the second quarter when we come back to Strawberry Canyon Memorial Stadium in Berkeley on a beautiful day.
What do you value? Do you value clean, inexhaustible solar energy? Do you value the comfort and safety of those you love? Do you value the innovations that make home life more livable, convenient, and enjoyable? Or maybe you value a simple way of reaching out to those you love. In so many things you value, Kyocera brings new value to your world. Kyocera, the new value frontier.
HBCU fans, it's a family affair at the 2006 Bank of America Atlanta Football Classic, presented by 100 Black Men of Atlanta. Saturday, September 30th, 3 p.m. in the Georgia Dome. FAMU and Tennessee State always do it to it on the field, and this year will be no exception. You and the family better be there. Don't forget about halftime. Yeah. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Come out to the Chomp, College, Health Fair, and Parade. Pre-game fun for the whole family. All proceeds benefit 100 Black Men of Atlanta's charity, Project Success.
Well, we were recently married, and because we share a car...
It was my grandfather's car.
We get up at 4:30, we swing by Crystal's for our drive-thru breakfast, and once I drop Carl off at work...
I usually eat at work.
I take my sack of scramblers to my coworkers. We all sit out in front of the store and eat them before we start our day. My coworkers love me because I bring the scramblers in. That's our Crystal story. What's yours?
The best damn sports show, period. Sports Television's nightly party. Weeknights on FSN.
Welcome back. We prepare to start the second half. Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis, Jimmy Watson on the sideline. 14-7 ball game. California leading. Nate Longshore missed his first two passes. Since then, 6 of 6 for a couple of scores. Now Rudy Carpenter. Looking at a 2nd and 12 as we start the second period. This time Carpenter straight back. Now runs out of time, throws underneath, catch is made this time by Mike Jones, and he is absolutely destroyed as he makes the catch by Mickey Pimentel. Let's send you right now to our College Football Saturday studio. A Kyocera game break with Mike Goldberg. Mike?
Barry, number 3 Auburn is at home hosting Buffalo. They're coming off that impressive win over LSU. They're already 2-0 in conference play. Kenny Irons getting a little day off. Brad Lester takes it in for the touchdown. Third quarter, and you can cry War Eagle because the Tigers lead 17-0.
Auburn just rolling, one of the better teams in America. Ron Borges, or not Ron Borges, but the offensive coordinator for Auburn spent a little time here. There's a throw underneath. This time a catch made by Jamal Lewis. His first catch. We go to the sidelines once more. Jim Watson. Waddy?
Barry, everybody in the stadium saw Rudy Carpenter come up hobbly after that sack and fumble. When he came over to the sidelines, strangely enough, no one, not a trainer, not a coach, not a teammate, even looked at that leg. All they did is drag him straight over to the grease board where Dirk Cutter was waiting. He bit the lid off one of those flares, spit it on the ground, diagrammed the play again, patted him on the head and walked away. So they didn't work on his leg, but they sure worked on his head.
Thanks very much, Waddy. Once more, a punting situation. This is going to be Deshaun Jackson. He might have a chance here at the 20-yard line. Cuts it back in the middle. Look out, he's at the 30. He can go. He's got the punter to beat at midfield. He may go to the 30, to the 20. Forget about it. Deshaun Johnson. Touchdown, Bears. 80 yards. Deshaun Jackson.
Well, we haven't talked too much about him yet, but Deshaun Jackson, arguably one of the most exciting players in the Pac-10. And Barry, you said he might have a chance right when he got the ball, because you know this guy. He can really get up the field. He's electric. Reggie Bush-esque in his ability to return punts. And you see him, he just attacks you coming forward with all that great speed, 4.29. And and Arizona State didn't have a chance. I don't think anybody got a hand on it.
No, no kidding. That was one of those cases about kicking the coverage. It's just that simple, and he didn't hang the ball up enough. And that allowed Jackson the field, and he was gone. 21-7, just underway second quarter.
This is not good. What if I get hurt and can't work? Wait, I have Aflac. They give me cash to help pay for groceries, the car, even the cable bill. Lucky me.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Dish Network Pay-Per-View presents $1.99 movies only on the Last Chance channel.
They're like people. There's something living in those hills.
This movie's available for a limited time. Order it now before it's gone for good. Go to channel 538, the Last Chance channel, where $1.99 delivers the greatest movies from Dish Network Pay-Per-View.
Electric co-ops don't just generate power. They generate ideas. We also share them. At your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we never stop thinking of ways to help everyone be more energy efficient. New technologies to improve reliability. Opportunities that can benefit us all. We know a single idea can spark hundreds. With all those ideas coming into contact, we can create solutions to whatever challenges come our way.
You're watching FSN South.
Well, the Bears got off slowly, but they're at full-on sprint right now. Deshaun Jackson, 80 yards on a punt return for a score. It's a 21-7 ball game in the blink of an eye.
Very quick. At home. And Arizona State looked like they came in here with a real sense of purpose, marched the ball right down the field. But the Cal defense has done things to stifle that A-State run. 3 touchdowns in 4 minutes and 36 seconds for the Bears. I think that constitutes a sprint.
I would say that's a flat-out sprint. Here's the kick, an end-over-end kick, and it's going to be Richardson at the 2-yard line this time. Richardson looks for a gap, finds a gap. He could go 2, steps outside, and is finally knocked out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. On the tackle that time, Marcus Ezef. 37-yard return.
Now, speaking of sprinting, I mean, you see Arizona State here. They have pretty good spacing with all their guys, but as it goes, you're going to see Deshaun Jackson finds that little lane, and his ability to see that as it develops is what sets him apart, not only as a guy who's an exciting player, an athletic player, but a guy that's very smart and knows where people are going to be on the field and where they're going to be trying to tackle him and where his blockers are going to be. Just an amazing punt return by Deshaun Jackson. And right now, Cal's working on defense, offense, and special teams.
ASU, they're working on a short field. They'll get it at the 40-yard line after the 37-yard kick return by Richardson. Straight back on first down, Carpenter. Airs it out deep for his tight end. It's intercepted and dropped. They say it hit the ground. And I think Bernard Hicks might feel he had a pick. And this will be reviewed. I mean, they do review every play. I think this is going to be a close call.
Well, one official saying incomplete, and the ref on the sideline is saying it's a pick. You see the nose of the ball hanging out, and that is an incomplete pass.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Exmo tells no lies.
Have a look at it.
Or tails, for that matter.
Yep, incomplete pass.
But Hicks had the high step going like he did intercept it.
He looked good after, yeah.
And right now you have to think, is Rudy Carpenter a little bit shaken? The last few balls have been off the mark. Cal's gotten to him. The run game isn't working.
He's now 8 of 15, 73 yards. And to give this time to Terrain, who's whacked out of bounds after a gain of a little more than 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Call it a gain of 3. It's going to be second down, make it 4. Second down at 6. Or the third down at 6, I beg your pardon. Sean DeWitty back in the ball game in the running back spot. So this, I would have to call this a very pivotal play right here for ASU.
It is, and that Cal defense is tired. Don't get me wrong, they're happy to have the punt return touchdown, but they're right back on the field. These guys are huffing and puffing. There's no way to avoid it.
They're in a nickel defense right now. Now they send Zach Miller to the outside. Carpenter straight back. And it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Knocked down that time by Abu Ma'afala.
Abu Ma'afala getting blocked on the play, but getting an arm up and batting that ball back in Rudy's face. Incidentally, a transfer from Hawaii, his uncle from the Steelers. Remember him? Chris Fuamatu Ma'afala backed up Jerome Bettis for a while.
I'm glad you said it. I had it written down, but I wasn't going to touch it.
I don't even have it written down.
Well, Jackson, they have another chance here. A wobbly kick. He's not going to have a chance, but it is going to give the Bears pretty good field position as it's going to go out of bounds up around the 30-yard line. And there's a little whooping going on that the officials tend to immediately. 21-7 Bears, they'll have the ball when we come back.
We're here to make the best public university on the planet even better.
By extending the frontiers of education and knowledge.
By solving tomorrow's problems today.
And by teaching future Nobel Prize winners.
We are here to uphold more than a century of blue and gold tradition.
With new facilities to connect our students and athletes and a transformed stadium to connect our past with our future.
That's why we're at Berkeley.
Where are you?
Good morning, West Texas.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
We want to win championships.
Ain't that serious? It's only football.
It's only football. Friday Night Lights, coming soon to NBC.
Oh, sorry. I used all of his change for the new 99-cent KFC Ultimate Cheese Snacker.
KFC snackers now come with cheese?
And they're still only 99 cents? All right!
99. Looks like we got a snacker backer here.
Introducing the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast, smothered in a blend of cheddar and Swiss, topped with crisp lettuce, freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. And like the original KFC Snacker, it's only 99 cents. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
College Football Saturday on FSN is presented by Kyocera Wireless. Take your texting to the next level with the new Kyocera Strobe. Kyocera Wireless reminds you to dial responsibly. And brought to you in part by eHarmony.com. Are you ready to fall in love? By Aflac. Ask about it at work. And today's First Down line is brought to you by Overstock.com. Search, shop, and save up to 70% at Overstock.com. We welcome you back, P. You know, we always talk about statistics and how much they mean, or maybe more importantly, how much they don't mean. Listen to these. So far today, Arizona State has had 31 snaps, California 12. Arizona State's had the ball 13 minutes, 25 seconds. Cal 4 minutes and 9 seconds. The Bears lead by 14. Play fake, long short, going for it all. And Jackson's got it at the 23-yard line. 52 yards.
Tedford said he wanted to take his shots, and they have taken advantage of both ASU corners. They like to run man, and right now Cal's making them pay. First it was Justin Tryon with Hawkins. Now Deshaun Jackson, fresh off a punt return for a touchdown, and I'd be still sucking on oxygen on the sideline. He goes 52 yards and takes advantage of Keno Walter White.
Sophomore out of Long Beach Poly. First down now at the 24-yard line. Here's Marshawn Lynch. And Lynch will not get anything. Let's go to the sideline once more. Jim Watson, Waddy.
Boy, it is Deshaun Jackson's world, and we're all just living in it right now, huh, guys? You mentioned he came out of Long Beach Poly. Of course, Long Beach Poly High School, one of the largest high schools in the country, has produced more NFL products than any other high school in the nation. And when he got here, everybody said this guy could be the best wide receiver in school history. But, of course, a lot can happen to a young player over 4 years, and so far, none of that has happened to Jackson. He had a great freshman campaign, 600 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he sidestepped the sophomore slump. 2 straight 100-yard games, 5 touchdown catches, and oh, by the way, an 80-yard vapor trail for a touchdown today.
All right, here's another one. It's Marshawn Lynch. Easy score. 8 completions in a row for Longshore, 3 of them for scores.
And right now, Cal is doing what they want. They have their spread offense working. They have their more traditional offense working. And flat out, they're just beating Arizona State. one-on-one. That was a situation where Marshawn Lynch, just on a swing route, taking it up the sideline, and that's easy. That's practice. That's pat and go.
So Schneider to try for the 28th California point, and they have come in a big hurry. 28-7 Bears with 11:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Look at this. I mean, this is, when you draw it on the board, here's what it looks like.
Well, perfect protection. Longshore's throwing it out of an easy recliner. Deshaun Jackson running an arrow route, trying to pick a little bit of the linebacker, Robert James. Robert James very late getting over. He's a pretty fast backer, but nowhere near as fast as Marshawn Lynch. Coverage wasn't there. Nate Longshore wasn't pressured. Very easy play for everybody, except for the A-State defense.
Well, so far, I mean, after ASU got out of the block so quickly, we said at full sprint. Well, guess what? They're going backward now, and Cal's going forward in a full sprint. Take a look at our U.S. Bank Pac-10 Players of the Week. Dwayne Jarrett, a routine outstanding game for him with 31 touchdowns in his career. It hasn't been that long a career. C.J. Wallace, you know, Washington, I think, really improved, actually.
Much better.
And Lauren Langley, the Washington State kicker, who beat Baylor.
Look at that kicker.
Wow. He looks like a kicker.
He sure does. Cut your hair, you kicker. Crazy long hair. A lot of those up here in Berkeley.
Everybody's a kicker.
Oh, I love the long-haired guys.
You had it when
I used to have some long hair myself. I wish I could have it now, but I'm a broadcaster.
Here's Richardson again. There's that gap again. And Richardson steps through it again and gets it up to about the 38-yard line. Well, I want to remind you our college football Saturday triple header will continue after our game with the Dr. Pepper Big 12 football game of the day. It'll be South Florida traveling to Kansas. They'll take on the Jayhawks in the first ever meeting between those two teams. Coverage beginning right after our game here on FSN. Richardson's kick returns have been the offense, if you will, for ASU since that first drive.
Ever since the first series and that holding penalty, needless to say, this is a very important drive. Arizona State has got to try to keep up with Cal and get in that locker room and do some adjusting.
Play fake, gonna throw it, gonna air it out. It's almost picked by Hughes. Hughes' recovery speed was something special right there.
Well, Damian Hughes, can't say enough about him at corner. And you like to have a big corner if you're Jeff Tedford to handle all these big receivers in the Pac-10. If there's a guy that can handle him, it's Damian Hughes. Here Hughes comes off his man, sees the ball in the air, and tries to jump right in front of Brent Miller to make that pick. And he should have made the pick.
Almost.
He had both hands on it.
Yeah, he did. And that was not a soft pass. That ball was thrown pretty hard. Here's the Bears shifting around defensively again. They give this time is to DeWittick. Forget about it. Desmond Bishop stands him straight up at the line of scrimmage. Well, remember that first series, and ASU just didn't blink. Took it right down. Since that time, train wreck.
People always talk about halftime adjustments and how coaches go in at halftime and come out with adjustments, especially with a guy like Jeff Tedford, a very talented coach. And Dirk has got some serious adjusting to do at the halftime of this game. But you saw that Tedford's defense under Bob Gregory made adjustments right after that first series and started to stop the run of Arizona State.
Here's Carpenter again. Flag is down. Pump fake. Steps up and throws it away. Now we'll see about the flag, but I believe this is going to go against the Sun Devil Stewart. If it does, California will refuse it. And it will, and they will.
Illegal formation on the offense, not enough men on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is required.
So 3 and out again for the Devils.
And it's not easy to get your bearings, or like Donovan said, get thy bearings on the road, especially in the Pac-10 opener. Rudy Carpenter has got the most Pac-10 experience of the two quarterbacks in this football game. Probably the most Pac-10 experience of anybody in this football game is Joe Ayoud, and he's standing on the sideline. But right now, Nate Longshore, playing in his first Pac-10 football game, looks the best.
Here's a punt, twisting kick. Deshaun Jackson is hit before he makes the catch. So that's going to be 15 against ASU. No, they may recover the ball, but it's not going to matter. Try it. Just ran right over Jackson. And Jackson is hurt. incurs the wrath of this crowd here at Strawberry Canyon, and that was pretty cheap.
Well, for good reason, because the guy just took one back on you, and then he caught a 52-yard pass. Punts in the air, and Tryon, very simply, is just very early getting there and doesn't stop himself from throwing a forearm at the head of Deshaun Jackson. And right now, Deshaun Jackson is hurt. The helmet's off. Jeff Tedford's looking on, and here's the play.
Helmet to helmet.
Not only helmet to helmet, but Tryon was very much aware and had a very clear sight line that Deshaun Jackson did not have the football.
You know, something to consider. They could toss Tryon from this game for that.
Yeah, they could. The ball hit him in the back.
Jackson will sit up, and I think he just got his bell rung, but it's just a question of how serious he got his bell rung.
Well, you get hit like that in a football game, and you have a tendency, like when you're a little kid and you turn around and around in a circle and you end up holding on to the ground. I mean, that's how you feel. You feel like you have to hold on to the ground. And definitely you see Tryon maliciously dropping his helmet onto Deshaun Jackson's head.
Very cheap shot. Jackson's fine. He bounces up, runs off the field.
Oh, the old Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
To bounce up and run off the field, get the crowd going.
So they will move the ball up to the 36-yard line. There will be no ejection, so they're going to deem this was not intentional. And the crowd continues to boo, and you know they've got pretty good cause here.
Well, you have to say a turnover and a few punts, and what their defense has given up, and in special teams what they've given up. Arizona State, so far in this second quarter, has lost their composure.
Longshore going to go up, throws a swing out of the backfield, caught by the fullback Store at that time. And it's not going to gain much. In fact, it's going to gain maybe a yard.
Barry, how good is Cal today? 0 penalties. 0 timeouts called, and they've only faced 1 third down, and that was on the first series of the football game for them. And the efficiency of Nate Longshore right now, looking like an old veterano in the Pac-10 at quarterback.
They have not yet turned the ball over. I mean, offensively, they are just absolutely clicking. Gain of a yard on that play. It'll be second down and 9. There's a pitch to Lynch. Lynch short side, trying to get around it. Can't. Arizona pursues pretty well sideline to sideline. Let's send you to our College Football Saturday studio and another Kyocera game break with Mike Goldberg. Goldie?
Barry, what a finish between Navy and Tulsa. This game would go into overtime. Tulsa leading 24-23. Navy scored in the overtime session, but the extra point was blocked. And Tulsa holds on in the overtime session to defeat Navy on a failed PAT. Guys.
Tough way to lose. Failed PAT.
Yeah, no one wants to sit with the kicker on the bus after that.
Yeah, okay. This is only California's second third down. It's a 3rd and 10. They go out of the gun. And the pass thrown right into the hands of Sam Gassah. And I'm not quite sure what happened there. I mean, he hit him directly in the hands.
He just didn't get his head around, and that's what the coaches always tell you. When you come out of your break, before you throw your hands out there, you need to have your head. You know, there's a reason they call it hand-eye. I mean, you have to look. You have to see the ball going into your hands, and he didn't get his head around in time. The ball bounced right off his hands, right off his knuckles.
So the Bears will have to punt. It'll be Andrew Larson once again. That broke a string of 9 straight completions for Nate Longshore. Larson hits this one really well. Turns it over, drives Richardson all the way back to the 9-yard line. And Richardson could go. He does get a little room and gets it out to the 25, a return of 16. And a 55-yard punt. We're going to get a penalty. And we'll see what this is all about. It was thrown right about where the tackle was made. And now they're going to say no flag. They'll wave the flag off. So the Sun Devils will start right at about the 25-yard line. When we come back, we'll send you to our College Football Saturday studio. We'll get another update with Mike Goldberg. 28-7, Cal.
Weeknights on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Best Dam's on the road and landing in New Orleans. We'll reflect on the past year with Joe Horn and what this city means to him. We'll talk football with the Saints' Drew Brees and running backs Deuce McAllister and Reggie Bush. And we'll look at the effort being done to rebuild New Orleans and make it better than ever. Join us for a special road show in the Bayou you don't want to miss.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Weeknights at 10:30.
When the IRS levied my business and personal accounts, I didn't know where to turn. My CPA recommended American Tax Relief.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation.
Look, the IRS is offering you a one-time opportunity to settle your debt. This is your 1 second chance. Use it well.
I thought I was going to lose my business, but American Tax Relief got me a second chance.
Call 1-800-TAX-HELP for your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Todd Cook for 800 Credit Card Debt. If this is your $5,000 credit card debt and you're making only the minimum payments, it could cost you thousands of dollars in interest and take you many years to pay off your debt. But by calling 800 Credit Card Debt now, we'll help you eliminate fees and penalties, reduce your interest rates, lower your monthly payments, or even eliminate your debts completely.
I lowered my debt, my interest rates, and my monthly payments.
Call now and put that money back where it belongs, in your pocket.
You're watching FSN.
Mike Goldberg, DeMarco Farr, Billy Ray Smith getting set for the halftime report. Nittany Lions playing some defense at the Horseshoe.
Look at Joe from Penn State trying to ruin the parade. I love a good sequel. This one's called Joe Puss Got Your Number.
It will be interesting to find out if he does. Guys, looking forward to the halftime show. Back to you, Barry.
We welcome you back. 28-7 ball game. 8:38 remaining to be played here in the first half. ASU trying to get a little something back. Start at the 26-yard line. Carpenter straight back with time. Throws this time. He's got a man unable to hang on to it. And a very rare drop by Brent Miller. Zach Miller's brother, but neither one of them drops the ball very much. That was, again, we talked about hit Desai in the hands. That hit Miller in the hands.
Brent Miller, the older brother of Zach Miller, 20 pounds lighter than his younger brother.
Carpenter.
Steady blocker, very capable receiver.
Carpenter, though, struggling now.
He's 0 for 6 ever since that fumble.
Second down and 10. Still Brent Miller in motion. Play fake again. Carpenter goes up, throws. It is intercepted by Hughes. Hughes saw that one coming a mile away at the 35, looking for some help. Gets it down to the 25-yard line. First down, Bears.
I don't know why people do it. I don't know why quarterbacks do it. I don't know why they test Damian Hughes. You should consider that side of the field locked down when he's one-on-one on one of your receivers, even if it is Terry Richardson, who's a big explosive playmaker in his own right. Hughes may have even baited Rudy Carpenter into making this throw. Richardson's coming out of his break, but Hughes is right there and saw it. Great play by him, great anticipation. What an unbelievable cornerback he is.
He really is, yeah. I mean, he is a preseason All-American selection, and I mean, the way he's playing, you can't deny him that at the end of the season.
And that's his 4th interception of the year. Last year he had 5, so he's doing pretty good this year, but people continue to throw at him, and I just don't know why, because he keeps picking them off.
First down, Bears, and they give it to Marshawn Lynch. Lynch cuts it back inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 8, maybe 7. Carpenter looking for answers on the phone, talking to her. Maybe it's a higher power. I don't know.
Well, right now, Cal is just running on all cylinders. Not to use a cliche, but all 3 phases of the game are working for them. They look strong on special teams. The only thing is Richardson's got a few yards on him on punt and kick returns. But other than that, Cal has played a perfect game. Other than the first series for their offense and the first series of their defense, Cal looks like a great Pac-10 team right now.
Deshaun Jackson back in the ballgame. Incidentally, split to the far side. They give this to Lynch again. Lynch will not get much this time. He might have picked up a couple. It's going to be 3rd down and 1, and we go to the sideline and Jim Watson. Waddy?
Yeah, the good news is out on the field. Number 1, Deshaun Jackson is back in the game. You know, he took that head-to-head helmet hit, and for a minute they thought it was a jawbreaker. They brought him over to the sideline, and the medical staff right away was working on his jaw. And if you look, Barry, over at the Cro-Magnon head at the top of Petros' shoulders, you see what I'm talking about. You know, that jawbone goes all the way up, so they had him grinding his teeth back and forth. They got to keep him on the field. Besides Longshore, he's probably the most important guy. A touchdown in 6 straight games, and he scores a touchdown every 5th time he touches it.
He comes in motion this time. They play fake this time, and Longshore will throw the other way. Ball is caught this time by his tight end, Stevens, and he will get it down about the 8-yard line.
Oh, I got to get the troglodyte head call from Waddy down on the side. That's not fair. My head's not that big. It's not suitcase size. I'll tell you who is big and tough is Craig Stevens. This is a guy who was knocked out on the first play of the game at Tennessee, and he's finally back for the Cal Bears. Coach Jeff Tedford describes his tight end as the toughest guy and the strongest guy on the team, 6'5", 254. Just coming around on a little drag route, making the catch. Takes 2 Sun Devils to bring him down.
Jackson comes in motion again on 1st down. Straight back Longshore, throws it for Jackson. He's open, he's got it. Touchdown Bears!
Keno Walter White again getting used up in one-on-one coverage by Deshaun Jackson. A couple words of advice for Arizona State. Number 1, do not throw it to a guy who is being covered by Damian Hughes. Number 2, no more one-on-one coverage with Deshaun Jackson involved, because this guy is going to do it to you. Longshore right now, 11 for 14, 189 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Not bad.
That's okay.
That's a good half. Try for point is up and good, and the Bears lead ASU 35-7. Well, the quarterback situation for Arizona State, I say situation, it's because all through training camp, it was just that.
Big national story.
And Dirk Koetter actually said, okay, my starter is Sam Keller. Next day, it changed. It was Rudy Carpenter. There's more to the story.
It's a dream to be a senior and be able to play the last year and play for all the marbles, you know what I mean? So I'm very humbled by it because shit, the other guy deserved it just as much as I did.
I'm not going to wish bad upon Sam or injury upon Sam. I'm going to continue to fight through this and be ready to play. And if it comes up, you know, I'm going to do what I did last year.
I made a mistake on the quarterback situation, and I'm changing my mind. And we're going to start Rudy Carpenter. I've excused Sam Keller from practice tonight to consider his options. And whatever Sam decides to do, including return to the team or to go play elsewhere, whatever Sam decides, we wish him the best.
And thus, Rudy Carpenter is the quarterback. He's struggling mightily right now. But and incidentally, one thing we should clear up, too, there were some reports in the press. There's a little pooch kick this time. I'll pick this up in just a minute. Fair catch is called and made by Miller at about the 27-yard line. There were some reports that that the team, that is, there was a committee, a leadership committee on the team, that they went to Dirk Koetter and said, no, you can't do that. That's not the way it was. Dirk Koetter actually went to them. So that is a part of the story that might not be known yet, but that's the way all of that went down.
It's a confusing story and interesting because Dirk Kutter's a coach who's been around a long time. He's a good coach, and he knows what he's doing. So when you flip quarterbacks in 24 hours, there's a lot of questions out there. In my opinion, Rudy Carpenter was always the better quarterback, and what he did last year was phenomenal. But right now, he's really struggling here at Cal.
There's a give this time to Terrain, and Terrain will get a little yardage. So plus yardage on 1st down for the first time in a long time as you look at Dirk Koetter. And he has coached some pretty darn good quarterbacks, as you see. Ryan Dinwiddie at Boise State, Matt Hasselbeck, Andrew Walter, who's going to be the starter now in Oakland, Joey Harrington, Akili Smith up at Oregon, A.J. Feely at Oregon, all guys in the NFL.
He's a guy that understands and knows offense. He knows how to mix it up, and he knows how to teach these guys to play football.
There's a give this time to Terrain again, and Terrain will have the 1st down, I believe. Pretty close. Kind of going back to what brung him, and it was Terrain that brung him on that first drive. Desmond Bishop on the stop, but the chains will move.
And it's important right now that Rudy Carpenter settled down. He asked the question, what happens? He did come limping off the field earlier in this game. What happens if Rudy Carpenter is hurt or even pulled from this football game? I don't think that's going to happen, but there is a freshman, Danny Sullivan. He wears the number 15 out of Los Gatos, California, 6'4", 200 pounds. And if he plays, A-State's probably in trouble, even though they like this kid. He's not experienced.
Bears coming with a blitz off the edge, and it's almost picked again. Bishop almost had that one, or beg your pardon, Sidquan Thompson almost had that one. Good pressure as they threw right into where the blitz was coming from.
And you can tell Rudy Carpenter's frustrated. After every play, he comes walking over, looking in the eyes of his coach, Dirk Cutter, and together they're trying to find an answer right now to a Cal defense that has really had their number ever since the very first series of the game. 0 for his last 8 with a fumble and interception is Rudy Carpenter.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. Slot right this time. Now Lewis goes in motion to the long side of the field. Carpenter giving it to Terrain. Terrain gets by that first tackler again. Picks up about 6. He's really hit by Zach Follett.
Zach Follett is very involved in this football game. Only 6 tackles coming into the game, but 1 near sack and a sack and a forced fumble, and he's been all over the field. That time delivering a big blow on Ryan Terrain, who is a guy that can handle it. Right now, A-State getting the ball going a little bit in the run game, but they still are going to have to get down the field with their vertical passing game, because last time I checked, they were down 28 points here at Pac-10 shootout game.
Now looking at a third down and 5. This is a huge play for ASU. Carpenter straight back. Now he has to step up. He'll run. He'll get the first down short of midfield. Notice the California, when they're rushing off the edge, they're kind of stopping and trying to keep Carpenter in the pocket. Not just putting their ears back and going for it.
That's because if Rudy gets outside that pocket, they know he has great ability to create. Now, not great ability to create in the run game, even though he just got a first down there, but great ability to get the ball vertically downfield to some of his wide receivers. Remember, Arizona State is replacing their 4 starting wide receivers right now. They do not have a big play guy on the wideouts, it seems.
There's that 9-man front again. The Bears coming off the edge. Carpenter has to unload it. Once again, of course, Damian Hughes absolutely was painted on Chris McGay. The guy that was coming that time was Mickey Pimentel, forced a bad throw.
And when you're looking at a 9-man front and they start bringing people, and there's Follett off the edge, getting to Rudy Carpenter at the same time as Pimentel. There's a 9-man front, and they're bringing the pressure. You got to get rid of the ball a little quicker than that if you want to complete it. Rudy Carpenter did a good job of just getting rid of it in that situation.
0 for his last 9. Second down and 10. Brent Miller in motion. Carpenter straight back to pass again. He's in trouble again. He steps up and dropped the football, but it's picked up by one of the Sun Devils, who will turn it into a first down. It was Ryan Terrain who said, look what I got.
Even if they don't give the ball to Terrain, he ends up with it and ends up getting positive yardage. I'm impressed with Terrain. Keegan Herring we have barely seen in this football game. In fact, I only think we saw him on the first play, and that was a fake in a play-action situation, and Terrain has carried the load. Now he's out there trying to protect his quarterback, Rudy Carpenter. What a nice play by Newton Tafisi to pop that ball loose, but Terrain is there, picks it up, and tries to get a first down, and he got it.
At the 40-yard line. Give once again to Terrain, and Terrain run it hard and get something where there was nothing. About 3 yards on first down. It'll be second down and 7. Well, the first down marker is brought to you by Overstock.com. Whether you order a big screen TV or a comfy leather chair, it all ships for only $2.95. Shop and save at Overstock.com. Carries 92 yards for Terrain. That's the one bright spot. Play fake. Carpenter going to put it up again. He throws. He's got a man. Kimbrough makes the catch. And a first down at the 24-yard line. That's the first completion of his last 10.
And finally, Rudy Carpenter, other than a drop ball, which was also a perfect throw to Brent Miller on the money. Saquon Thompson on the coverage there, Kimbrough, but nice throw by Rudy Carpenter. The arrow route, Cal's in a little bit of zone, and incidentally, they're in that zone to protect Saquon Thompson, but Saquon Thompson, the first guy there. Nice first down play. Arizona State needs a touchdown here. A field goal is not going to be enough. They got to get some confidence back going into the locker room.
No question. First down at the 24-yard line. Carpenter will roll to his right, throws the other way, and the catch is made by Kimbrough, and he's knocked out of bounds immediately at about the 17-yard line. Mickey Pimentel, who's been all over the field, played very well for California. Got the start today, as we said, ahead of Justin Moy, who had been starting.
And when you talk about defense in the Pac-10 and you talk about the innovations offensively that come from the Pac-10, when you look at defense, you need guys that go sideline to sideline. You need linebackers that can really move. Mickey Pimentel, 6'2", 238-pound senior out of San Diego, California, has really shown a lot of mobility in this game, getting sideline to sideline for the Golden Bears defense.
So it'll be second down and about 3 yards. They give it to Terrain, and he's got it. Running hard to Whitty. Running hard down about the 11-yard line, maybe the 12-yard line. It's going to be a first down.
DeWitty's still looking for his first touchdown on the year. Sophomore out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. And right now, Arizona State's doing a good job getting this drive going. They understand that they need a touchdown. They're running the ball well. They're getting back to what they did in the very first drive of the game. They're getting it to their backs and finding some easy throws for Rudy to make to get him some confidence back.
So first down at the 12-yard line. Carpenter gives the Terrain, and they're unable to stop him at all. Inside the 5 to about the 4. Terrain runs hard.
He runs hard and he goes straight upfield. I mean, there's not a lot of movement in his game. I mean, he's not going to sit there and juke you out of your socks, but he's definitely going to go upfield. And when he sees a ball, he angles that big body. He runs kind of upright, so he is going to take a lot of hits. And finally, Greg Van Hoosen with the play.
And that gets Terrain over 100 yards. He's 15 carries for 103 yards in this game. So while his team may not be doing much, he certainly is contributing. And we got a timeout on the field. It's the first timeout called by Arizona State, so they'll still have a couple remaining. Let's take a look at our Aflac trivia question of the day, and it is Marshawn Lynch rushing for 1,246 yards last year, third most in California history. We're the top two.
Yeah, easy if you love Golden Bear football.
I do, and it is. So we'll let you think about that. Mull it over.
One of those dudes wore glasses.
Yes, he did.
Is that a tip?
Yes,
one of those dudes wore glasses.
Cool,
and not just glasses.
Cool glasses.
Cool glasses, but not just glasses like, you know, I'm on the football field and I'm just looking through the face mask, and then, when I'm in class, I'm rocking the glasses, but glasses under the helmet, which is an unbelievable look.
He didn't rock anything in class. I gotta tell you.
What a beautiful day.
He didn't rock a book in class. It is a great day here, and a great facility. We were talking about this before. If you're just a football fan, I don't care if you root for either one of these teams, it's just a great place to be.
And it's high school band day, which is
I know you love
special. I love high school band. All the outfits, the sequins, the hats, the capes. And this is a beautiful stadium. I know it's old, and maybe there's a couple splinters here and there in the seats, but what's wrong with that? It's a classic and wonderful place to watch a football game.
Part of the charm. First down, Sun Devils just inside the 5-yard line. And it gives us to Terrain again, and Terrain is in. Touchdown. A gain of 4, but it's enough. And the Sun Devils get an all-important touchdown with 1.5 minutes remaining in the half here.
Terrain is a guy that did it all on this drive, not only running the football, but picking up fumbles and bailing out his quarterback. And that's just a physical run. Terrain wanted that end zone. He saw the end zone. He angled his body to the end zone, and he tasted the end zone. A nice play and a good drive to get some confidence back by Arizona State, but they still have to stop Cal. There's 1:31 left.
Yeah, and knowing Jeff Tedford, he's not going to tuck it away here. Ainsworth's try for point is up and good. It's a 35-14. California lead now, and injured Arizona State player. It is Andrew Carnahan, I believe, and that could really be a problem if he should go down. Let's go back to our trivia question. And here is the answer to our Aflac trivia question of the day. Marshawn Lynch last year rushed for 1,246 yards. Third most in Cal history. Who are the top two? Well, the guy that we were talking about is Chuck Muncie. I'm assuming he's one of them. He is. And the other now playing down in Arizona, J.J. Arrington. Chuck Muncie was big time, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was. And again, he could see it all out there. But look at Marshawn Lynch. I mean, here's a guy that might outrush both those guys when it's all said and done here at Berkeley. Just a strange running style to me, but a guy who simply gets it done, and he's fun to watch and pretty to watch, and a run is never over when he's running the ball, because like we were talking about, it's like he's laminated almost, and water falls off him. The tacklers just fall right off him. He's a very physical runner, but also a finesse style runner, just a perfect mix of the two.
Bad news for Arizona State as Andrew Carnahan is being helped off the field, leg injury of some sort, and he's a guy who they really rely on. He's one of the team leaders. He's a senior. He's their best offensive lineman, and should he be gone, they would really miss him. Interesting, too, Pete, that 13-play drive now, when you start looking at numbers, we mentioned this before, but it's even more startling now. ASU has run 49 offensive plays to just 22 for California. And when you look at the clock, they've had the ball for 20 minutes, while Cal's had it for 8 minutes and 29 seconds.
And they've run the ball pretty effectively. Arizona State has, at least on their first touchdown drive and that touchdown drive. You always look at the time of possession, and sometimes it reminds me of those old Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Darryl Talley, Buffalo Bills teams. And they'd always be down as far as time of possession goes, but they'd usually, 4 straight Super Bowls, be on top with the score going. Now, I'm not saying Cal's like the Buffalo Bills back in the day, but certainly getting it done very quickly on offense, and there's no question that a special teams touchdown helps you out with those stats as well.
Here's Ainsworth's kick. Marcus O'Keefe will be the deep man for California. He'll take it at the 3. Actually, he won't take it. Now he bends over, picks it up. Now he's got room. He's the 25-yard line, and ASU closes it down pretty quickly. For a moment, he saw a whole lot of green in front of him. Well, Sports Ultimate Nightly Highlight Show is here. The FSN Final Score. Every great highlight, every unforgettable moment, every night on FSN. It's the only national show that gives you nothing but wall-to-wall highlights. The FSN Final Score every night only on FSN. Check your local listings for the start time. Your area. Hey, when the band stops playing.
Is that a band?
I think so. Yes.
Or is it just a guy in a tank top?
It's the FSN band.
It's a guy in a tank top with an electric guitar.
Things on his feet, his mouth, and the top of his head.
It's a pink tank top.
Here's a give this time to Lynch. Lynch bounces it outside. It's a foot race. He's in midfield. He's the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Well, Marshawn Lynch went 72 yards with one last week. Picks up 40 on this one.
Like we were talking about, Arizona State has got to be very careful to try and stop Cal, and that's not what they did on this play. A beautiful play. Jordan Hill with his hands on Lynch, but Lynch can run right through any kind of arm tackle. Finds a hole, nice hole too, and gets it down the sideline and uses his speed. Josh Barrett eventually able to run him out of bounds, but not before Marshawn Lynch with a huge gain for his offense, and now Berkeley's got a chance to put up another touchdown here in the first half.
Incidentally, should correct something. I mentioned that the ASU would call that timeout a moment ago. It was Cal that called it, so Cal has 2 timeouts. ASU with all 3. Long, short throws. There's the tight end Stevens. Stevens trying to get a little bit more. I don't think that's going to be a fumble. They may call it a fumble, but they are calling it a recovery by ASU, but I would be almost certain that he was down. Caldwell makes the recovery. I'm sure they will review this. Jeff Tedford not happy about it.
It's always a dangerous situation when you have a guy, even though Craig Stevens is a starting tight end here, you have a guy fighting for the football. Should have probably just gone out of bounds, fighting for extra yardage, and
knee down.
Very close in the shadows, but it did look like, Barry, you're right, his knee was down.
Well, they have not stopped the play yet here. Now they will. They're going to take a look at this, and I'll tell you the truth, I believe this will be reversed.
Well, his knee was definitely flexed on the play, but I'm not sure if it was all the way down. It's kind of hard to tell in those shadows. Let's look at it as slowly as possible. And there's the leg and the knee in question. No.
It's close, isn't it? It's in the shadow. It's a little hard to tell.
And I'm not sure if there's going to be conclusive enough evidence.
You're right.
To overturn this play.
I'll take a close look at this, and of course, they want to be sure and be right. It has not been an easy week for the officiating crews here in the Pac-10.
Let's take a look at it one last time as they're checking it in the replay booth.
It's real close.
Very close. But if I had to say, I think
After
the knee was
review,
up.
the
and it was
ruling on the
right
field
play.
is confirmed. Arizona State ball.
Well,
right
now
call
it
on
is
the field.
confirmed. Yep, it was close enough that you cannot say this was inconclusive.
And no, not a great
or
week.
Conclusive.
Not a great week for the Pac-10 officiating crews. But that being said, they saw what happened. They saw that a mistake was made. They corrected it and took action, and now they're moving forward.
Ball at the 26-yard line. 49 ticks remaining. ASU has all 3 timeouts. They give on a draw play to Terrain. Terrain pops this one. That gets it all the way to the 45-yard line.
It's getting fun to watch today.
23 yards on that one.
And he's starting to really feel it. Obviously having a day for his career, a day he's going to tell his kids about. I mean, this is a guy really moving the ball down the field with a sense of urgency now. And let's see if Rudy Carpenter can get something going. He's got 37 seconds.
Yeah, which could be enough time. This time he throws. It's intercepted again by Hughes. Hughes tries to hurdle him, and he's gone. He just hurtled right over Carpenter. He's going to take it to the house. How good is this guy?
Probably the best in the country. If you want my honest answer, that's what he looks like. But still, Arizona State continuing to throw in his direction doesn't make a lot of sense to me, especially on a very simple slant route. Rudy Carpenter doesn't look off his wide receiver. Mike Jones was the man who the ball was intended for, but Damian Hughes stepped right in front. And then what a beautiful run to get it into the end zone. Hurdling people, so athletic.
That's a huge play and a back-breaking play.
Well, he's an NFL player. I mean, this is an NFL corner, and this is an NFL-style play. Look at him. He's hungry for the end zone, makes a cut, and then cuts back and hurdles Rudy Carpenter. Great play with the ball. And Rudy Carpenter just having a nightmare. First half, along with the Arizona State Sun Devils. Andrew Carnahan, their All-American prospect right tackle, carried off the field. Rudy's thrown a couple interceptions to the best corner around. And Arizona State begging to get into that locker room and talk it over.
No question. And there may not be enough words. 42 yards on that return. 5th interception in the last 3 games, and 2 of them have gone for scores.
People got to stop throwing at him.
Yeah, I think so, huh? Well, last week against Portland State, Cal led 42-16 at the half, and Jeff Tedford called off the dogs. He sat all his regulars the entire second half. Think that's going to happen this time?
Nope, not in the Pac-10. Not with Arizona State on the other side of the field and the explosive offense that they've had over the years.
There's a little bloop again. And dropping to a knee this time was Mike Nixon, who returned that one. They were not going to put the ball in Richardson's hands and let him beat him. So the Bears might have just driven a nail in a casket here. Momentary delay. Gives us a chance, actually. I want to say hello to a couple of guys who I know are watching this game. I know they are, because I know one of them personally. Name is Ryan Tompkins. He's in a rehab hospital right now, making himself whole all over again. And his roomie in Paris is sitting there making sure that Ryan watches the game.
A couple of true competitors and heroes down there.
No
God
question.
bless you both. Cracking, guys.
Now this is the most points by a California team in a half in a Pac-10 game. Old record was 41 against ASU also back in '03. Well, kick off your football weekend tonight with Pro Football Preview. NFL insider Jay Glazer going to be joined by former NFL stars Tim Brown, Eddie George, and Jason Sehorn. They'll break down the biggest stories from across the league. Pro Football Preview tonight at 11, only on FSN. I waited for that cannon shot at the end. So they got 15 seconds. I can't imagine they're going to do anything risky here. Of course, I'd be wrong. Carpenter throws a clear out this time, and the catch is made underneath by Mike Jones. He steps out of bounds. Well, remember, Longshore missed his first couple of passes, but since then...
12 for 13, 198 yards, 4 touchdowns, and I'm sure Rudy Carpenter would love to have those stats. It's just not that kind of day for Rudy so far, but as good as he's been in the first half, Nate Longshore, maybe Rudy can turn it around in the second half. This is an explosive Arizona State team, but right now, really searching for answers.
Second down and short. Carpenter in trouble. We got a flag. It should be a hold. That time the catch is made and really cracked immediately was Richardson. But I think this is going to come back.
I think it's going to be on Brandon Rod, and I'll tell you how I know. While the play was still going on, he was staring at the official, shrugging his shoulders with his hands up. That's usually a sign of guilt.
Yes. Brandon, another one.
Holding on the
many
offense,
offensive
number
linemen in this
73.
league
10-yard
from
penalty,
Hawaii.
previous spot, repeat second down.
Hawaii.
4 vowels in the name of his hometown. IEI.
IEI, yeah, it's very unusual.
AIEA.
That's right.
Just 4 vowels straight up.
Only other word that I can think of that has 4 vowels is Q.
Or just ooh.
Q of the line. Q. Q-U-E-U-E.
Oh, very good. Thought you were talking about our...
I do crossword puzzles.
Thought you were talking about our spotter, Dick Quinlan.
Yeah, that too. Well, that's going to do it for the end of the first half. And Arizona State looked great, boy. On that first drive, they led 7-0. And after that, it was all downhill for the Sun Devils and on the gas for the California Golden Bears. They played...
Photos of Grandson opened. 347 favorite disco tunes downloaded.
Welcome back to the College Football Saturday Halftime Report. Trying to get back into the football game late, Arizona State. Late in the first half, Ryan Terrain rushes up the middle for the 4-yard touchdown, made it 35-14. Then there was that interception. It's 42-14. Guys, I'll tell you what, this is somewhat of a shocker how lopsided it is. I live in the Phoenix area. I listen to Dirk Cutter get criticized all the time. But it would appear, DeMarco, his boys were ill-prepared to play this big game today.
Well, this is what happens when the inmates run the asylum. When there's not one voice of leadership on a football team, the team just runs amok. You see discipline problems on the football field, especially on defense. Letting people outside and letting Longshore beat contain on blitzes. Letting the corners or letting the receivers get inside position on a zero blitz. There's no safety in the middle of the field. You got to take that away. No discipline from ASU.
You don't have to yell at me. First of all, you don't have to yell.
I'm sorry.
But I will tell you this. When you watch this team, especially when they first took the field, ASU, very prepared. Took the opening drive right down the field. 4 minutes later, they're in the end zone. Here's the problem. They stopped running the football. They put all the pressure on Rudy Carpenter. They said, hey, the quarterback can do it. Doesn't have to. Give it to the running backs. The running backs are talented. Let them run the football.
I wonder if that ink's dry on
a very wise man I once worked a college football show with said there should just be one whistle. Mine. No, the coach's whistle. Yeah, seriously, I try to make him look good VR. He yells at you. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of yelling going on in the Arizona State locker room. Enjoy the second half, especially if you're a Cal fan.
What can you expect at Expect Less Rent-A-Car? The lowest rates around. But with rates this low, don't expect us to eliminate the lines at our airport counters. And don't expect us to put your name in lights and our cars under canopies to protect you from the weather. Protect you from the weather. Come on, who do you think we are, Hertz?
Hertz #1 Club Gold has protective canopies. No lines, no wrinkled fingers. It's your trip. Rent wisely.
3 incomplete homework assignments. 5 movie trailers stopped midstream. 13 important phone calls missed.
When you've got dial-up, you can miss out on so much. Now, you don't have to anymore. Not when you can get high-speed Verizon Online DSL for just $17.99 a month. And you can do so much more, like click and connect to the net in an instant. Talk on the phone and surf the web at the same time on the same line. Download photos faster than you can say smile, all for as low as $17.99 a month. Just call 1-888-697-4375. That's 1-888-697-4375 to get Verizon Online DSL for about what you've been paying for dial-up and see what you've been missing.
32 photos of grandson opened. 347 favorite disco tunes downloaded.
So that's when it came to me. Why don't we cover the replacement cost for new cars that have been totaled?
That's good.
Super.
That's great.
Complimentary new car replacement. 21st Auto Insurance. Drivers just like you.
You're looking at the unit body structure of one of the most well-built sedans in America. Its reputation for quality and reliability is unmatched. Its sophisticated engineering, legendary. Its commitment to safety, uncompromising. This is the soul of every Accord we make. Then we pour our hearts into it. And that completes the picture. You can see Honda in the details.
Attention FSN night owls. Got the late night munchies? Get a spicy chicken sandwich at Jack in the Box. Visit Jack in the Box for everything late night. And watch FSN for all your late night sports action.
The best damn sports show, period. Sports Television's nightly party. Weeknights on FSN.
My name's Barry. That guy right there is Petros. Waddy's down there. Petros, I really didn't think I would be saying this after the first 5 minutes, but this is a whooping.
It really is, and Cal has come out here and almost played a perfect football game, save a couple drives by Arizona State, especially the first one. Nate Longshore has come out and been great. Marshawn Lynch has done his job. Superstars all over the field for Cal have truly emerged, and really guys have done what you thought they were going to do. Deshaun Jackson's been awesome. What I have been shocked with is Rudy Carpenter has just not looked good and a little bit rattled. Maybe he hurt his ankle in this game when he was sacked and fumbled in the first quarter. But the one stat that is not up there, 0 penalties for Cal. 0 penalties for 0 yards. Right now, Cal is playing an almost perfect Pac-10 football game against a very good Pac-10 opponent.
And making them not look very good. And to make matters worse for ASU, Cal will get the ball to start the second half, and right now we're going to take you down to the field amongst the high school bands, is Jim Watson. Waddy?
One time at band camp, yeah, they were everywhere down here. I talked to Dirk Cutter coming out of the ASU locker room a couple of minutes ago. I asked him, hey, you look so good on that opening drive. What changed after that? He said California started to blitz on first down, and they just weren't picking it up. Penalties, turnovers, then the crowd got into it. Rudy got a little bit rattled. I said, why do you keep throwing to Damian Hughes' side? He said, we can't play on half of the field, and Rudy has to throw it on time. You know, it's never fun talking to a coach when he's down 28 at halftime. Me and the field judge went up that dark tunnel. We felt like those gravediggers outside the haunted mansion, just shivering with our lanterns.
And you were being kind. Give us to Marshawn Lynch on first down. He had 68 yards in the first half, 40 of them on one play near the end of the first half. Here are the possessions for Cal. They were 3 and out after the Arizona State touchdown. And then look at this. Touch, 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 punt, touch, and then they fumbled. And they had a couple of defensive touchdown, and they had a special teams touchdown, and they did pretty well.
They look perfect. it's hard to say that in a football game because there's like 100 guys out there, but they really look perfect. They're playing as a team, and they're doing all things well in all phases of the game.
Second down and 7 now. Longshore, short drop. He's going to float it out here for Jordan. Jordan makes the grab at the 40-yard line. You know what Jordan did? He never made a motion toward the ball until it was right on.
And Robert Jordan, only 165 pounds on Justin Tryon there, and doing a great job. Jordan's a veteran player, and he's averaging about 13 yards a catch. Great compliment on the other side to Deshaun Jackson, and he's very fast in his own right, 4'3", but only 165 pounds. Look how skinny he is. I mean, I thought his arms would have gotten bigger ever since he was a freshman when he was kind of forced into play a couple years ago, and they're trying to feed him. He's a tough guy, but still very skinny.
He's also Marshawn Lynch's cousin. Just that Hawkins comes in motion. They go out of the gun. Blitz comes. It's picked up. Quick out to Jordan again. Jordan at midfield. Gets across midfield. He's going to have another California first down, I believe. Justin Tryon took a stiff arm from Jordan. 165 pounds, but he brings it.
He doesn't. He was tough as a young freshman. He's out of Hayward, California, which is not far from here.
They're going to say it is short of the first down, so second down and 1. Lynch has gone all the way except for one play at running back, and that one play turned into a California touchdown on a throw to Justin Forsett. Here's Lynch again. Flag is down. Lynch will take it down to the 40-yard line, but we'll see about the penalty. And will this be the first penalty against the Bears?
I think it's going to be a holding penalty on number 51, Alex Mack, the center. Sun Devils shot that gap, the A gap, right at the snap. I think he had a little takedown action.
Illegal chop block, number 75 in the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Close.
Second down.
Guy right next to him.
I should have talked over him.
Thought Eric Robertson.
So that'll back the Bears up with their first penalty of the game, and now Justin Forsett comes into the game.
But Eric Robertson sometimes plays center. I want you to know that.
That's true. He does.
Also a bass guitar enthusiast. Not a lot of those.
And majoring in Scandinavian studies. You don't find that very much. And what do you do with it once you graduate?
Talk about Thor.
He's a Leif Erikson expert. Second down, 15 now for the Bears. Quick screen this time to Jordan. Jordan gets it all the way to midfield. So a pickup of 14. Bo Manitai makes the stop, and again, the Bears giving you yet another look. Jordan's fourth catch, 59 yards.
Here's the problem for Arizona State right now. Cal has an offense that's shown you a whole lot of different things in the first half. They've shown you the spread, but they can also run the ball with two good backs. As you see, Forsett is back in the game now, tailback. What are they going to do? Arizona State doesn't know what's a defense, and Cal can just take the air out of them.
They come with a blitz right up the middle. Forsett gets the call, and he's going to be close, but I don't know. It doesn't look like he's going to get a very generous spot, so he may be about a half-yard short. Chris Ballonnet makes the stop. And the Bears, I'm sure, will go here. And just knowing Jeff Tedford, this is a situation where he goes. And it shows you what I know. Huh? So we're both 0 for 1 here in the second half.
Starting strong.
I said it with conviction, too, didn't I? So on 4th and 1, the Bears will punt, just as I thought.
And that's exactly what Arizona State needed to happen. Now, they need to get the ball, and they need to score touchdowns. Field goals are not going to be enough in this second half. Arizona State has got to move the ball down the field with a sense of purpose. Rudy's got to be on point and stop throwing it to Damian Hughes, and they got to score touchdowns.
Well, Larson got it to hit at the 1-yard line, but it skipped into the end zone. ASU will begin at the 20-yard line. Their first possession of the second half when we come back.
What do you value? Do you value the environment and generating clean energy from sunlight? Maybe you value advances in easy-to-use office equipment that saves time and is shaping the future of business communication. Or do you value the modern miracles that give your family better health, a better quality of life, and an instant connection to those you love? In so many things you value, Kyocera brings new value to your world. Kyocera, the new value frontier.
by man and machine. The all-new Acura RDX. Acura. Advance.
With other online services, I kind of felt like I had to market myself. And with eHarmony, I could just be myself.
You don't have to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
And the key to that is the profile. Dating sites give you a picture and a paragraph. At eHarmony, we do the matching for you based on who you are at the deepest levels.
It just does work. I'm not sure how it works as long as it does.
She loves me for who I am. Okay, where have you been all my life? You know, how come I didn't meet you earlier?
Get matched based on who you really are. eHarmony.com. Log on today.
Introducing the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast smothered in a blend of cheddar and Swiss, topped with crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. And like the original KFC Snacker, it's only 99 cents. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
College Football Saturday on FSN is presented by Kyocera, the new value frontier. And brought to you in part by Acura. Experience the performance today at your local Acura dealer. By Super 8. See you along the way. And today's First Down line is brought to you by Overstock.com, where you'll find thousands of brand name products at savings up to 70% every day of the week. Overstock.com. We welcome you back, ASU, with its first possession of the second half. In motion goes Mike Jones. Carpenter straight back. In trouble, throws under duress and makes a nice throw to Jones for a first down. At the 35-yard line, Damian Hughes makes a stop, but a flag is down, and I think it's going to come back. Incidentally, Andrew Carnahan did not return at the tackle spot for ASU to start the second half here. I think this is going to go against Cal.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Contact with the face. 15-yard penalty is tacked on to the end of the play. First down.
Incidentally, a couple of defensive substitutions for the Bears. Thomas DeCoud hurt a knee in the first half. He will not return. The extent of his injury is not yet known. He's been replaced by Bernard Hicks. And Robert Peel is now starting at the corner, replacing Sid Pond Thompson to start the second half.
And that was a very justified penalty. Nu'u Tafisi came off the end and just basically slapped Rudy in the head. I don't know, almost like he was congratulating him. It was pretty hard, and Rudy Carpenter shaking his head around, getting it together, and now Arizona State's got a little something going offensively.
Just across midfield at the 49-yard line with the first down. Carpenter going to go up again, and he's hit as he throws, but he's got Richardson, and he's got it for a score. Peel went for the ball, came up short. Richardson dances in with a 49-yard touchdown. I'm not quite sure what Peel was doing.
Well, Warren Williams, first of all, started it out coming on a blitz and pressuring Rudy Carpenter. Like you said, Carnahan's out. Stephen Berg is out. The whole right side of the Arizona State line is working with second stringers, but Rudy stands in there strong. Warren Williams gets a hand on him, and Peel just makes a bad decision going after that ball. And Richardson, he's experienced. He knows what to do.
Makes the catch, 49-yard score. Don't go anywhere yet. It's a 42-21 ball game.
That's exactly what Arizona State needed to happen. They needed to get a stop, and they needed to get a touchdown, and now they got it.
And now Cal can't afford to get off the gas. They lead by 21. They'll have it when we come back.
I'd like a personal checking account.
Well, I'm all ears. What's your name?
Rob Lee.
All right, Bill, can I call you Willie?
Rob.
I heard that. You married Ernesto?
No.
Little something for the missus.
Here's your milkshake, Kenny.
Rob.
Personal checking at other banks isn't always personal.
I need you here, Teddy.
U.S. Bank checking is built around you with free internet bill pay, free ATMs everywhere, and the most reward choices, even cash back. U.S. Bank, 5-star service guaranteed. How many stars does your bank have?
Bye, Murray.
Rob.
U.S. Bank is proud to serve as the official bank of the Pac-10 Conference.
Bodog will be at the hottest tour in poker. Bodog.net founder and CEO Calvin Ayre knows you have what it takes to be the next World Poker Tour champion. Visit BodogPokerChampionships.net and sign up for your chance to win a free seat on the 5th season of the World Poker Tour. Join the thousands of players at Bodog.net and learn to play the easy way. Enter now at BodogPokerChampionships.net.
Your typical well-built home.
Or is it? Under infrared, you can see it can be a sieve for energy. At your Touchdown Energy Cooperative, we've got hundreds of things you can do to increase energy efficiency. From the Johnson's new heat pump, to the Walker family's programmable thermostat, to the Pearson's energy-efficient light bulbs. Whether the energy-saving device is high-tech or low, there's something all of us can and should do to help. We're all in this together.
Welcome back. ASU puts numbers on the board. 42-21. The Bears lead it. 49-yard touchdown pass from Carpenter to Richardson. 2 plays, covering 80 yards. Didn't take very much time. Marcus O'Keefe going to be the deep man to receive the kick of Ainsworth. Kick returns have been dramatic on both sides today. Ainsworth drives this one pretty well. And O'Keefe will not bring it out. And we'll take a Kyocera game break right now. We go to our Saturday Game Day studios with Mike Goldberg. Mike?
Well, Barry, Penn State led #1 Ohio State at the Horseshoe 3-0 at the break. Buckeyes scored to make it 7-3. And Billy Ray Smith said on the halftime report, let's find out what Troy Smith is all about. Well, BR, this is what Troy Smith's all about. He's about the Heisman Trophy. He's about a national championship. He's about a 14-3 Buckeye lead.
All right, thanks, Mike. Buckeyes back in front of Penn State now. And flags falling all over the place here. And I think this is going to probably be an illegal substitution.
12 dudes out there.
Can't play with that many.
That's too many. Well, you can.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 men on the field prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So a little bit of a freebie for the Bears here. Dirk Cutter really has done an outstanding job here at ASU. And this is actually, both these teams are pretty young teams. When you really start looking up and down their roster.
Young teams that share the top of the Pac-10 with USC right now, Oregon, and the 2 teams on the field right now. That is the top of our conference.
Inside handoff to Lynch, and Lynch was about a step away from breaking that. Stop by McFoy and Catanese. Ryan McFoy, just a freshman here at Arizona State. He's got a brother who is a senior at USC.
Chris McFoy. Great player at USC, Ryan McFoy's older brother, but a blocking type of wide receiver, a guy that makes a lot of plays, 3 or 4 catches a game. But Chris McFoy is a senior at USC and doesn't have his touchdown yet, not one. Ryan McFoy, only a true freshman out of Chino, already has a touchdown interception return versus Nevada. Jealousy there, I guarantee you.
Give this to Lynch again, great straight arm. Lynch gets the first down across the 35, almost to the 40-yard line. Catton just took one right in the mush.
And here's what's going to be the problem for Arizona State trying to come back in this football game. What they need is stops and quick scores. And they just were able to turn one around to begin the second half. But the problem is Marshawn Lynch is on the football field, and he's not going to let you do that. He's going to be able to get 7, 6, 5 yards a pop and really grind that clock out if Cal needs that to happen. Now, of course, they still have big playmakers on the field they can get the ball to. But if Tedford wants to, he can just run the ball and take the air out.
This time a quick toss and well covered that time. Good job by Josh Barrett coming over from a safety spot. Let's go down to the sideline once more. Jim Watson. Waddy, what do you got?
Barry, I know you live in these parts, so you're real familiar with Tightwad Hill, but there's something else up on Tightwad Hill. That is the California Victory Cannon. Used to be kept on the sidelines since 1971. It's been up on the hill. And, you know, they shoot it up before each game, after each score, and after each Cal victory. And in 1991 against Pacific, the Bears scored 12 touchdowns, and the cannon actually ran out of ammunition. Now, Petros went to school here for what, 3 weeks?
I believe so.
Petros, where can you buy ammo in Berkeley?
Telegraph, I guess.
Didn't get anything else there. That cannon does manage to control riots, however. I will say that.
It frightens me every time.
Alex Mack comes out of the game here as an equipment problem. Might have blown a shoe.
And Mark Gray is coming in for him. Alex Mack is the center. Now, you always have to be cognizant when they bring a center out of the game, that's a new snap. And Nate Longshore, hopefully, is going to be comfortable for Cal's sake with Mark Gray taking the snap from him instead of Alex Mack.
Going out of the gun on 3rd down. comes the blitz. And he unloads it. Nearly a great catch by Deshaun Jackson. Had it in his hands, couldn't quite hang on. And once again, the Bears are going to have to give it up. So they're going to have to start looking over their shoulder a little bit here, because we know ASU can move the football.
ASU can move the football, and they got exactly what they needed in that situation. Cal threw the ball a couple times, didn't utilize their run game with Forsett or Lynch. What they did was throw the ball. Incomplete passes are good for Arizona State right now. Stops the clock. A-State's getting the ball back, and I don't know. Rudy looks pretty good on that last throw.
So Larson to punt it away again. And he hits this one pretty good, too. It's going to drive Richardson all the way back to the 14-yard line. Recalls a fair catch, so Larson a 45-yard punt. More importantly, no return. And the Sun Devils will start at the 15 when we come back.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, hey. Hi,
Hi.
Kevin, right?
Right.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, good. And is it Margaret?
Melissa.
Right. You're much too pretty to be a Margaret.
Hi, I'm a Margaret.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't,
Things don't always go down smoothly, but your beer should. With a specially lined can to seal in the taste, Keystone Light is always smooth, even when you're not. Got it.
Remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
It was too graphic for the kids, so I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I gotta make this
That's
up.
really not necessary.
This is Vinny's watch.
John, the story tonight is Metro Utilities have a mess on their hands. As you know, this afternoon's storm knocked out power lines throughout the area, and tonight, thousands of people are without power. Officials say it's going to be several hours, perhaps tomorrow morning, before power is restored, and police are advising people to sit tight. They understandably want to keep the roads clear for repair trucks and emergency vehicles. So far, people are taking the blackout conditions in good stride. Some, of course, are handling it better than others.
The reigning Stanley Cup champion Carolina Hurricanes are back. And when it comes to bringing you all the action, no one else comes close. Loaded with a lethal offense. And the MVP of the postseason between the pipes. The Canes are primed for another run at Lord Stanley's Cup. Hurricanes hockey is unleashed October 6th on FSN South.
Welcome back, Barry Tompkins, Petros Papadakis, Jimmy Watson on the sidelines. ASU down 21, gets a 3-and-out from California. They'll start at the 15-yard line. Give it this time to Terrain, and Terrain pops into the secondary again. And will take it up to the 33, and the Bears have absolutely not had an answer for Ryan Terrain.
Well, not only that, but they've come out in this second half, and Cal has not shown a great deal of tempo or any kind of sense that they want to put this game away. Now you see Ryan Terrain seeing the hole, running through an arm tackle of Desmond Bishop, and taking it up the field like he has the whole game. The Arizona State team has been on and off in this football game, especially in the first half, but there's been absolutely nothing wrong with the running of Ryan Terrain. He's been awesome.
Got 142 yards. Picked up 18 on that last carry. Two tight ends. Give it to Terrain again. And he pops into the secondary again, across the 35 to the 36. Give him 4 on that. Damian Hughes makes the stop for California.
And that's why I like Damian Hughes. I mean, here you have a big back that's been running through your linebackers the entire day. Damian Hughes and Ryan Terrain are alone in a hole, and he gets down and makes that play, gets that man on the ground. He's only 188 pounds, but he is a tough cornerback, and he also can cover you and score touchdowns and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
This time 3 wideouts as Jamal Lewis comes in the slot. Lewis playing only a second game, due a 2-game suspension for a speeding ticket from the head coach. And once again, it is Terrain, and once again, Terrain will have a first down and much more across midfield to the 49-yard line, and the Bears cannot stop the bleeding right now. You can see what they've done in the second half, 56-7, and dare we point out, California put 42 on the board last week against Portland State, did not score in the second half.
Well, this is not Portland State that
No,
Cal
it's
is
not.
playing. We talked about that in the first half. Sparky's getting geeked about this right now. Arizona State moving the ball down the field and doing a great job just with the run. And right now, out-tempoing and out-physicaling Cal. They came out with a real sense of purpose here in the second half.
They go out of the I formation once more. First down at the 48-yard line. Carpenter going to go up. Has time. Looking deep. Man fell down, but Richardson can't catch up with it. That time, Richardson and Saquon Thompson got caught up, tangled up. Thompson went down, but Richardson could not recover enough to make that catch.
And we talked a little bit about Saquon Thompson, redshirt freshman out of Sacramento, California. He is a guy that Jeff Tedford and Bob Gregory, his defensive coordinator, really like. But that being said, they didn't expect him to be the starter this year. Tim Mixon, an All-American candidate, went down with an ACL in camp. They're trying to get him another year. And Saquon really got baptized out in Tennessee by Robert Meacham, and he's still getting picked on by people in the Pac-10.
Robert Peel, who got to start in the second half, has not reappeared after that one play, which allowed Richardson a 49-yard touchdown. Carpenter straight back again, in trouble, lost the football. Ball's loose, Carpenter gets on it at the 48. And coming hard again was Zach Follett, who has really come up big today.
Zach Follett's been all over the field, and he's been Rudy Carpenter's worst nightmare. It was the sack by Zach Follett that caused a fumble in the first half that maybe was the first step to Rudy's demise in the first half. Rudy very wisely just getting on the ball in that situation and living to fight another day. But Carpenter is a little loose with the ball.
And now looking at a 3rd and 13. Straight back, 4-man rush. Carpenter with time, throws, too tall. Intended that time for Jamal Lewis, and you throw too tall for Jamal Lewis, that's too tall. He's 6'4".
That was a catch that Lewis could have made, though. He is 6'2", and he's a guy that they say can jump out of the gym. He's got an amazing vertical leap. And that ball was high, and it did kind of eat Lewis up. He mistimed his jump. Cal dropped back into coverage. There was nobody coming other than the 4 defensive linemen. Rudy had time to check it out. He found his man just a little high. That would have been a big play for the Sun Devils.
Sure would have. Johnson this time, twisting kick, headed for Deshaun Jackson at the 15. Jackson, who had an 80-yarder earlier, this time will settle for about 2. Short 35-yard punt. Give Jackson 3 yards on the return. The Bears will start just short of the 20-yard line. Hey, our college football Saturday tripleheader will continue after our game. It'll be the Dr. Pepper Big 12 football game of the week. South Florida moving up to Kansas to take on the Jayhawks. First ever meeting between those two teams. Coverage beginning after our game on FSN.
They don't play every year?
The Bulls and the Hawks.
I love the beak on that mascot.
Rock Chalk. Longshore going to go up on first down, in big trouble. And he's going to be wrapped up all the way back at the 8-yard line. First sack of the day for the nation's leading sack team. They had 18 coming in. Mike Marquardt with a lot of help from his friends.
And he did get a lot of help from his friends. That was a big-time team effort for Arizona State. Just running twists with their 4 guys, and wasn't anything too complicated, but Marquardt able to get into the backfield and get a hand on Nate Longshore. That's the first Longshore's been bothered all game, and Longshore's a big quarterback, not easy to bring down, but Arizona State has done nothing after leading the nation in sack coming into this game to get to Longshore until that moment.
Now 2nd and 19. Let's see, did one of the Bears flinch? Hill and Morant were coming.
Prior to the snap, defense, number 57, by contact offside.
That's a kind of penalty that will make
second
their
down.
cutter crazy. They get a big sack, and they're sitting back in a 2nd and 19. Now it's 2nd and 14. About ASU, they play a lot of bodies defensively, and so they do have fresh legs. Ball is loose, and Longshore falls on it. Bad snap that time, and that was the starting center, Alex Mack, and we're going to get a flag.
And neither team looking very sharp here in the second half. Arizona State looks better than Cal, but right now, both teams looking sloppy, penalty-ridden, turnovers, balls flying around, centers are running out of the game. And this.
So now they get the 5 yards back through the Sun Devils. Longshore wasn't expecting the snap.
You got to keep your eyes on that guy's behind, especially when you're in the shotgun.
And they're going to decline the penalty, so it'll be 3rd down and 14.
And those are just little tiny mental errors that mean a lot in a football game, especially a conference football game. And Nate Longshore still playing in his first Pac-10 game. I'm not sure where the communication messed up between him or Matt.
The Bears sputtering here to start the second half. Out of the gun again. In trouble is Longshore. Has to bounce out of there. Buys himself some time. Throws, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Catanese. And Catanese will have it at the 48-yard line. And that time Longshore had 2 receivers he could have thrown to, and he missed them both.
Well, Nate Longshore's strong suit, unlike Rudy Carpenter, his counterpart for Arizona State, Nate Longshore's strong suit is just dropping back and throwing the football. When he gets moving, he's not exactly the most effective quarterback out there. He's got relatively slow feet, and Jeff Tedford's been working on him with that since he got here. Once he gets moving, he throws that ball up, and he does not have the accuracy that he normally has. Zach Catanese, very good strong safety for the Sun Devils, able to pick that one off just playing center field. Ball was intended for Craig Stevens.
Jackson would have had a shot at it also, but he threw it right between the 2 of them. So great position here for the Sun Devils. They start in California territory. Terrain again has room, but this time Bishop just levels him. Megan Thompson, who just leveled him. Bob Gregory told us yesterday, Saquon Thompson, he will hit you.
And that's one of the very strong parts of this Cal football team. Not only is their secondary very good at covering, and even though Thomas Takuta's out leading the team in tackles, Saquon Thompson in corner, and we saw Damian Hughes in corner. Both are guys that are not afraid to roll up and hit ball carriers, and that's the kind of thing you need on the edge to have a complete and tough defense.
Picked up about 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 8. The ball is just short of the 46-yard line. Richardson comes to the near side this time. Jones to the far side. Play fake. Carpenter steps under the rush. Now he throws, and good coverage that time by Saquon Thompson, who was closer to the ball than Richardson was. First Down Marker is brought to you by Overstock.com with live customer service and an online best price guarantee. Shopping online has never been easier. Overstock.com. Terrain will come out, and DeWitty will come back. DeWitty a little bit better blocker in this passing situation. They're showing blitz here. They back out of it. And Carpenter is wrapped up and down. And it was Nu'utafisi who got right into the face of Carpenter. That was just a 4-man rush.
And finally, the Bears getting something going here in the second half. Nu'utafisi, very physical all ball game. Senior out of Salt Lake City, Utah. JC All-American at Mount Sacramento College in Southern California. Brandon Rod is the guy who went right around.
Jackson, fair catch at the 7-yard line. After he made that catch, he saw he might have had a little bit of room. But they will have it at the 7. 38-yard punt, no return. They'll mark it actually at the 9-yard line. That's where the Bears will start once again. Now, last series, ASU started to get a little push on Longshore, and it rattled him a little bit.
They did, but I do think Nate Longshore has shown a lot of poise, not only in this football game, but throughout the season, even at Tennessee. They said that he handled that situation and that environment pretty well. But he's looked great today, and I don't think he's going to let one sack get to him. But he's got some great weapons to distribute that ball to. Look for Cal to start getting the ball to Marshawn Lynch and grinding it out, slow A-State down a little bit.
They do just that, and he is wrapped up. Stopped in the backfield by Mike Nixon. Marshawn a little bit slow to get up. He appears he's all right, but well, it takes a slow jaunt back to the huddle.
Big time back like Marshawn Lynch does not like to see a linebacker in his backfield. Mike Nixon right on his legs right after he gets the handoff, and as a running back, that kind of stuff makes you very, very angry. Mike Nixon, 22 years old. Must be a radio guy when he grows up. You got to talk to him after the game.
Played baseball, actually, in the Dodgers organization for a couple of years. He was a top recruit coming out of high school. Here's Lynch again. He cuts it back this time. And runs right into the pursuit at the 15-yard line. Right now, let's go back to our College Football Saturday studio. Get a Kyocera game break with Mike Goldberg. Mike?
Hey, Barry, number 4 West Virginia is on the road at East Carolina taking on the Pirates, and they are not quite dominating this game in the fashion you might think they would. Pat White to Owen Schmidt breaks the 7-7 tie, but West Virginia leads only 14-7 at the half at East Carolina. Barry.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. West Virginia, very good team. They run that spread offense, and as a matter of fact, it was the California coaches went back in the spring to West Virginia's practice and took a few notes because they don't play each other, so they can cooperate with one another, help the Bears' offense. Longshore gets stepped on, coming out from under center, then throws, caught by Jordan, and Jordan may be gone. It's going to say he stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds at the 36-yard line, but a first down, and only the second third down conversion of the ball game for the Bears.
Robert Jordan with the true freshman Ryan McFoy guarding him at safety. Kind of a stacked formation with Jackson coming low and then Jordan running the outside out and just gets that toe out of bounds. Otherwise, I think he would have gone to the house on that one. And right now, the Bears are not showing any of that spread offense, especially in this series. They're running their normal two-back offense. Forset's in the game right now, and this is what Tedford's offense looked like before Coach Dunbar showed it.
And now they bring Forsett to the near side out of the backfield. Longshore straight back. The blitz is picked up this time, and the ball is thrown behind Forsett. A little mix-up there.
Well, Forsett thought that he was in some kind of man coverage, so he was going to run a streak route. Nate thought that Forsett was in some kind of zone coverage, and he expected him to sit down and run some kind of hitch route, and that's when you have a miscommunication. Cal's lucky in that situation. They don't get the ball intercepted. Nobody was underneath to cover the flat.
Second down and 10 now. Forsett remains the running back. Jordan comes to the near side. 3 wideouts. Hawkins in the slot to the long side of the field. They give it to Forsett. Forsett's wrapped up in the backfield. Nothing doing there. Mike Marquardt, who's having a big game, especially in the second half here, comes up with the tackle.
Marquardt coming right across the guard and getting back into the backfield. And now Forsett and his running mate, Marshawn Lynch, in this series have had to deal with Sun Devils getting tackles for losses. And these are guys that are not used to that kind of thing. They're used to having a very good Cal offensive line, pushing people in front of them. They're used to having holes to run through. Right now, the Sun Devils defensively tightening up.
And again, a third down and long here for the Bears. 3rd and 13. Out of the gun once more. And a quick screen this time to Jackson. Nothing doing. Jackson was just destroyed as he gets started by Ryan McFoy. And so once more, the Bears are going to have to give it back to the Sun Devils. And that will bring Larson on. Andrew Larson, who is a first-year punter, and the Bears did not punt the ball well last year at all. So Jeff Tedford feels this is one of the improving parts of his team. Larson averaging 48 yards per punt so far today. But he's been an effective punter beyond that. And he hits this one pretty good too. A twisting kick. It's going to drive Richardson all the way back to the 10-yard line. He goes back to the 8-yard line, is wrapped up and dropped. That's effective punting. 49-yard punt and a 2-yard loss on the return. And we go to the sideline. Jim Watson, Waddy.
Yeah, we're only 4 games into the season, but offensive lineman Mike Tepper is already Cal's comeback player of the year. Check out the story. Last June, Tepper and some friends were walking along Berkeley's famous Telegraph Avenue when a car full of men pulled alongside and began taunting one of Tepper's female friends. Tepper got involved. He stepped between his friend and the car, and after tossing his friend out of the way, he was struck by the car twice. The impact broke his leg so badly, they almost had to amputate it, but they used a plate and 9 screws to get through it. Tepper's rehab is so inspired all of the Cal fans that they actually put together T-shirts. I'll show them to you after this play.
All right, we'll get right back to you. The give this time is to Terreni. Goes again. Gets it up across the 20-yard line, and this is going to be redundant. We go back to Jim Watson.
Yeah, Mike Tepper's girlfriend is in a sorority here at California, and she started this drive. She's the one wearing the jersey, but these are all the other sorority girls, and they wear these shirts that say Tepper time. And then you just go up to any Cal girl and say, hey, girls, what time is it? Hey, Petros, I got to get me one of these cheering squads, don't I? Isn't this me?
They love him. What can I tell you?
Very popular man. He can walk the Pac-10 trail backwards.
Absolutely.
Without stubbing a toe.
Absolutely. He's got shirts saying Waddy time. 42-21 at the end of the third period. Sluggish third quarter for California. Still there and available for Arizona State. Don't go anywhere. Still 15 minutes of football remaining here in Berkeley.
What do you value? Do you value clean, inexhaustible solar energy? Do you value the comfort and safety of those you love? Do you value the innovations that make home life more livable, convenient, and enjoyable? Or maybe you value a simple way of reaching out to those you love. In so many things you value, Kyocera brings new value to your world. Kyocera, the new value frontier.
Head over to Dave & Buster's for the Power Combo. Choose from 10 entrees like our blackened chicken pasta, Parmesan chicken Caesar, or barbecue ribs, and get a $10 game card, all for just $15.99. The Dave & Buster's Power Combo. Food and fun, only $15.99.
If you haven't discovered the miracle of fusion, it's time you did. Gillette Fusion. Until now, pressure caused irritation. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure, with less irritation and more comfort. Flip Fusion over. A precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, plus the precision of 1. The best shave ever in manual and battery powered. Gillette guarantees it or your money back. Gillette Fusion.
Somewhere between Wyoming and Nebraska, there was nothing. Somewhere between 65 and 70, a law was broken. Somewhere between stop it and you're grounded, a mom pulled over. And somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Run, Fudges, run!
Nobody can resist free warm brownies from Domino's. Get 10 warm, delicious oven-baked brownie squares free when you buy any large pizza at menu price.
Before we start the fourth quarter, let's take a look at our eharmony.com game summary. Bears, of course, leading at 42-21, but remember they had 42 points at the half, 4 touchdowns in 6 minutes and change after trailing 7-0 on that first drive. Longshore, 4 touchdown passes. They are unable to do anything with Ryan Terrain. He's got 176 yards. And he's out there again. Play fake to him this time. Carpenter will throw underneath. Here's Terrain. Terrain slips the first man. Is stopped at the 30-yard line. A gain of 8. We go once more to our College Football Saturday studio. Kyocera game break again. Here's Mike Goldberg.
Well, guys, so much for number 1 Ohio State getting upset at home. Penn State led 3-0 at the half. Anthony Morelli trying to fight his team back into this game in the second half. Throw it up for grabs. Malcolm Jenkins will bring it in. Joe Pa hasn't won in Columbus since joining the Big Ten. Ain't going to happen today. Ohio State leads 21-6 in the fourth quarter.
All right, thanks, Goldie. Tough place to play in Ohio State.
I wouldn't know, but I can only imagine.
Terrain will be close to the first down. He might be a yard short.
That angry horseshoe. You know, looking at this Arizona State team, the one thing they are lacking on offense that they were last year is the weapons at wide receiver. Obviously, Dara Hagan was one of the finest players in their history at wide receiver, but they just don't have playmakers at the wide receiver position. Terry Richardson's pretty good, and Rudy Burgess is hurt and not on the trip, but they don't have anybody busting out and making plays to really get that vertical passing game going.
Third down and short. Terrain again. He's got it and more. Still on his feet, bounces outside. He gets the 40-yard line, steps out of a tackle, and is finally stopped on a saving tackle at the 45-yard line by Abu Fala.
Now, there's 2 ways to look at this. You can say that Cal is giving Terrain yardage because they don't want to be hurt deep in the passing game because they're winning this football game. Or you can say that Terrain is running like a man possessed. Right now, this is a guy with a lot of confidence with close to 200 yards in the football game, and he is running like a man possessed. They are not able to bring him down. He is a tough, strong, willful back.
DeWitt is in there right now. Play fake this time. Carpenter in trouble, and he's going to go down at the 40-yard line. Lou Tafisi was the man who tripped him up. 3rd sack for the Bears. Remember, ASU is playing with kind of a crippled right side. Andrew Carnahan went down near the end of the first half. He has not returned. Stephen Bird, who's normally the starter alongside Carnahan at right guard, has not played the whole game. Paul Fanaika has played there instead, and now it's Richard Tu'utu'u who is playing for Carnahan. Second down, 14, and we're going to get a procedure call, I think. Fanaika.
Prior to the snap,
and
false start on the offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, go second down.
We haven't talked a lot about Zach Miller in this football game for being the best tight end around. I mean, he made a couple plays in the first quarter, and we have not seen much of Zach Miller. Just one catch in the football game. And Cal's done a great job of taking all those people away. Terry Richardson again with the touchdown pass without Rudy Burgess. Nobody really to stretch the field for Arizona State.
Second down and a bunch. Straight back as Carpenter's in trouble, being chased, throws underneath this time. That's going nowhere. DeWitty is really cracked by Mika Kane and Rulon Davis as the Bears going with backup interior linemen right now, defensive linemen.
And their guys showing great energy. They've all been in the backfield in this series, running after Rudy Carpenter, and there was a design screen, but the timing was messed up between Rudy and Terrain, and nothing seems to be working right now for the Arizona State offense. And as long as Cal's defense can play well and their special teams are solid, they'll win this football game without having to score anymore.
So third down and a million, third and 24. Straight back he goes again. And he bounces out, which is where he likes to be. Now he's in trouble. And he is wrapped up all the way back at the 20-yard line. Fourth sack, Desmond Bishop, but he had a lot of help. And again, Carpenter is slow to get up.
Rudy Carpenter's having a nightmare day, man.
Yeah, he really is, and the Bears are really teeing off on him now.
Running around in the backfield, trying to elude defensive linemen is one thing, but when you see a man like that closing in on you, Desmond Bishop, the leader of this Cal defense, you know you're going down quick, and once he gets his hands on Rudy, he slings him down.
Fair catch being called by Jackson. He fumbles it and he picks it up, so they'll mark it back at the 36-yard line. 39-yard punt, no return. We'll call a timeout with 10:48 remaining. 42-21 Bears.
Come on,
Oh, sorry. I used all of his change for the new 99-cent KFC Ultimate Cheese Snacker.
KFC snackers now come with cheese?
And they're still only 99 cents? All right! 99.
Looks like we got a snacker backer here.
Introducing the new Ultimate Cheese Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast, smothered in a blend of cheddar and Swiss, topped with crisp lettuce, freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. And like the original KFC Snacker, it's only 99 cents. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Rechargeable batteries let us go anywhere and do anything. But the freedom to go unplugged comes with responsibility. Look at that.
Wow.
The responsibility to recycle. If you've got old rechargeable batteries hanging around, take them in to be recycled. It's easy, and it's good for the environment. Check us out online, or give us a call to learn more.
This is it. The Chevy Model Year End event is almost over. The last of the 06s are going fast, so come get your Chevy before someone else does. Like Silverado Half-Ton, J.D. Power and Associates' highest-ranked large pickup in initial quality. Buy an 06 Silverado Half-Ton extended cab and get $4,500 cash back. Claim yours before they're gone. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyLocalDealer.com.
Well, Rudy Carpenter, you might have seen him shaking his left hand as he came off the field. You want to know why? Take a look at this, Pete.
Well, that's Mika Kane, and that's his foot, and that's Rudy Carpenter's left hand. Not his throwing hand, but his left hand, and you don't have to be a football player to know that that is very painful. Those cleats are not made out of things that are soft when they step on you, and that's a big man. Mika Kane only weighs 303 pounds, and looks like Rudy Carpenter could be done for the day. Danny Sullivan is working out the young freshman down on the sideline.
First down at the 37-yard line for the Bears. They give it to Lynch. Lynch this time pops into the secondary, across midfield, down to the 43-yard line. A gain of 20. That'll get Lynch over 100 yards. We'll send you once more to our College Football Saturday studio. Here's a Kyocera game break with Mike Goldberg. Mike.
Well, guys, this is not a replay. This is dominance in the second half for the Buckeyes defense. It just became a final. Number 1 Ohio State defeats Penn State 28-6. Antonio Smith with the interception for the touchdown here. It was 3-0 Penn State at the half. All Ohio State from there.
All right, thanks very much, Goldie. We have California with the ball here. Flags all over the place. They have it at the 43-yard line. And this second half, incidentally, has been a little bit sloppy on both sides of the field.
Well, it has been, and you can never expect the football team to come out and play 4 perfect quarters, because Cal really played 2 perfect quarters. Right now, an encroachment penalty on the Sun Devils is going to move the Bears up. It's going to be 1st and 5. But when you have such a perfect half and the coach is feeling good, and you saw Tedford coming off the field, I mean, he was trying to hide it, but he was feeling pretty good about his performance. It's hard just to keep that up. I mean, 85 guys on scholarship, 100 and something on the team. To get all those guys moving in the right direction all the time is very difficult.
Here's a blitz, and Lynch runs right by it. And Lynch gets it down about the 31-yard line. That's going to be another first down. Lynch now 16 carries, 116 yards. Just kind of a routine day for him. Dexter Davis makes the stop. Incidentally, 8 penalties now for ASU. They had 11 last week against Colorado, and Dirk Cutter told us yesterday when we visited with him, we just can't have that.
No, you can't have that. You can't have that if you want to be a BCS team, and that's what the Sun Devils fancy themselves. They fancy themselves a Rose Bowl, Pac-10 champion, BCS type of team, and you can't go out and have double-digit penalties out there. You can't have turnovers. You can't have interceptions. You can't have blown coverages. You have to limit mistakes if you want to be a championship team, and right now Arizona State looks a little far away from that right now.
They load the right side. Lynch is going to throw it. Now he tucks it away and decides to run it. Gets it down to the 30, the 25, and takes a shot as he crosses the 25 and Travis Gaethel. Lynch bounces up. Not only says, I'm all right, we're going to get a flag, too, and I think he's going to go against the Sun Devils once more. A little bit too much of a hit.
Very physical game. It may be taunting on Lynch, and you look at Travis Gaethel, only a freshman. Listen to this hit. First of all, Marshawn's going to make that decision to take it up the field. And Travis Gaethel screaming at Lynch.
Well, you're right. They called it on Lynch.
Well, sometimes those officials can hear what you say out there. It's hard to make out with the mouthpiece in the mouth.
We heard him.
Yeah, he certainly did. I heard Gaethel, and you look at Gaethel, a freshman out of Vista, California, San Diego Defensive Player of the Year last year, and you look at that hair and you see that he plays linebacker. How can you not compare him to a hero at Arizona State and the most popular player in the history, probably of the state of Arizona, the late Pat Tillman?
No question. Boy, from behind, there is a huge resemblance.
Well, I don't think they play the same, even though Gaethel delivered a big hit there. I tried to block Pat Tillman once. And it was one of the worst things that ever happened to me in my life. He was like a rolling ball of butcher knife.
Longshore going to throw out of the gun. Floats it out here for Jackson. Had to get that one over Peyton and in front of McFoy, or rather in front of Katniss, and couldn't quite do it. So it's now going to be third down on a bunch here for the Bears, 3rd and 17.
And even though the Bears offense has not looked crisp, they have not looked perfect, really they haven't done much of anything here in the second half. Even though that's going on, they're still managing the clock well. Time is passing, and Arizona State's offense is not out on the field.
381 yards of offense for California. Here's an all-out blitz and a quick screen once again to Jackson. Jackson trying to bounce it outside. Now he's got real boots, one block. And he gets it at the 20, flag down. And so is Jackson, but a flag is going to be down at the 37. I suspect this is going to come back. So a big play for California will be for Knott. It is a hold against the Bears.
Things got a little bunched up there in front of Deshaun Jackson. And a hold did occur. Let's take a look at it. And a hold is going to go on Lavelle Hawkins.
There it is.
And that's 7-on-7. He's holding on to Jeremy Payton.
Almost took his pads off.
And Payton probably would have had a better shot at making that play, I would imagine, if Hawkins wasn't holding him. But a nice play by Cal, faking the fire screen to one side and then coming back around with the middle screen. That's an old West Coast offense play, and Jeff Tedford has had that in the playbook for a long time. That is not his new offensive coordinator's play.
They haven't shown a lot of that spread, as you mentioned.
Well, once you have control of the game, why show it to everybody? I mean, that's your wrinkle this year. You have control of the game. Why show it?
Give it to Forsett. Forsett has some room, and Forsett is going to be dragged down short of the first down, but it will put the Bears in field goal range. Forsett picks up 25.
And this is why I really like this kid, Justin Forsett. They call him Texas in high school. They call him the Truth. He's from Arlington, Texas. He's a son of a preacher man. That's right, the only one that could ever move me. I really enjoy watching him play because when he gets on the perimeter, he just attacks and eats up yardage. He's not a big kid, but he is a great back. Last year, Barry, they couldn't find him an extra yard. 999.
Well, the Bears will try a field goal, I believe, when we come back, unless Nate Longshore can convince his coach to go for it. 8:26 remaining in the game. The Bears lead it by 21, 42-21.
A tradition of courage, a tradition of character, a tradition of champions. Year after year, the student athletes of the Pacific 10 Conference display excellence, not only in the arena of competition, they go on to excel in the arena of life. 10 distinguished institutions with opportunities for higher learning as vast as the Pacific itself. Be a part of a great tradition. The Pacific 10 Conference, the Conference of Champions.
Would you like to double, triple, or even quadruple your income and eliminate your credit card debt?
I make $5,000 a month in residual income.
$2,000 a month, part-time.
Thousands of people are getting started by requesting a free DVD that shows them the way to financial freedom. Like Trina, a soccer mom who started her home-based business part-time and with the help of a mentor made $30,000 the first year and $130,000 the next.
It all started with a free DVD.
Or Brandy, who has now become financially secure and is living the American dream.
The free DVD really opened my eyes.
Or Dan and Andrea, who started working part-time from home and in their third year made over $140,000. And there's no experience necessary. Our DVD shows how a mentor works with you to assure your success.
Go to forgetmoney.com and get started today and respond now while this is still a free service. Go to forgetmoney.com. That's forgetmoney.com. Forgetmoney.com.
You're watching FSN South.
Well, some Cal fans out here in the sunshine of Strawberry Canyon. And, well, when the weather's like this, I mean, it's hard to imagine a more beautiful place, isn't it?
Where else?
Bears have decided to go for it here. They're going to go with the trips left. Forsett, the lone setback. They need a yard. And now we have whistles blow. I don't see a flag. Arizona State's called timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Let our spotter, Dick Quinlan, heal after I poked him in the eye with his binoculars.
Easy.
We're coming back.
What do you value? Do you value the environment and generating clean energy from sunlight? Maybe you value advances in easy-to-use office equipment that saves time and is shaping the future of business communication. Or do you value the modern miracles that give your family better health, a better quality of life, and an instant connection to those you love? In so many things you value, Kyocera brings new value to your world. Kyocera, the new value frontier.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
No, 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 no.
Juice ball. Autoclaustrophobia. It affects more people than you think. Oh. But there's hope on the horizon, and it's called the Nissan Versa. Versa provides relief with best-in-class rear seat legroom. Versa keeps you going for over 400 miles on just one tank. Versa will save the world from autoclaustrophobia, one driver at a time. Ask your Nissan dealer if Versa is right for you.
Ready for me? 8 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the ballgame here. 58,000 and change on hand at Memorial Stadium. The Bears have a 4th down and a yard. And they will go for it here on 4th and a yard. Not unusual. We thought Jeff Tepper might do that earlier, right at about midfield. Made a liar out of me then, so. Didn't say anything this time, but this is in character.
Same trips formation they came out with before Arizona State called a timeout.
Now, they like to run to the short side of the field in this situation. Well, they don't this time. And Forsett lost the football. He had the whole field and lost the football. And that's a case of thinking where you're going before you get it in your hands.
Well, you got to raise your head up and look at the field, but Forsett just a split second early raising his head up. And let me tell you, he got punished by Travis Gaethel. Travis Gaethel in this series, 2 huge hits. Forsett never really had control of that football. And Gaethel coming around and putting a pretty mean hit on Forsett, adding insult to the injury. And a very nice break by Arizona State, but can they make something out of it? We'll see.
I don't know. They took a touchdown away from California right there, and the Bears took it away from themselves. And this time the interception is made by Pimentel, who takes it into the end zone for a score. What a play that was. Flag is down. That's probably going to be an excessive celebration. I mean, that's a tough play.
That is a very difficult play. Mickey Pimentel coming in. Arizona State trying to run a screen to the back. It went for a touchdown the first time they tried it. This time, not happening. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Pimentel, who did a strange kind of dive into the end zone. Not a very pretty. If you're going to get penalized,
yeah,
I mean,
make
do
it
something
good.
cool.
I'll tell you what, that's not cool. When a coach has you by the face mask, generally speaking, that's not a pep talk.
You just had the greatest play of your career, and you go to the sideline, and the coach grabs you by the face mask. At least he's got the visor on, so the guy's not spitting his eyes. But Mickey Pimentel making a great play in his senior year. 2 pass breakups, but that was a huge pass breakup, and then an interception. And Rudy Carpenter, the nightmare continues. I think Freddy Krueger's going to come out of the 50-yard line here in a second.
So Schneider will try to convert second defensive touchdown of the day by the Bears. They also have a special teams touchdown, and they now lead it 49-21. 8 minutes, 3 seconds left.
Praised by man and machine, the all-new Acura RDX. Acura. Advance.
What do you value? Do you value the environment and generating clean energy from sunlight? Maybe you value advances in easy-to-use office equipment that saves time and is shaping the future of business communication. Or do you value the modern miracles that give your family better health, a better quality of life, and an instant connection to those you love? In so many things you value, Kyocera brings new value to your world. Kyocera, the new value frontier.
Head over to Dave & Buster's for the Power Combo. Choose from 10 entrees like our blackened chicken pasta, Parmesan chicken Caesar, or barbecue ribs, and get a $10 game card, all for just $15.99. The Dave & Buster's Power Combo. Food and fun, only $15.99.
49-21 now off the interception return for a score. 8 minutes, 3 seconds remaining to be played. Now they'll assess that penalty on this kick. And Tom Schneider will kick it at his 20-yard line.
The guys on the kickoff team have to run extra because of Mickey Pimentel. But they'll take it because they got 7.
So Schneider hits this one. Hits it pretty good, actually. And it's going to be Richardson at the 7-yard line. Richardson is stopped by the first man. Good open field tackle that time by Randy Bundy. He's made a couple of good plays on special teams. Well, Here's the play that really changed the game so far as the California Golden Bears are concerned. Pimentel makes the play, bats the ball, takes it back, but for California, this is a big change. And that's our Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance. Pontiac will award the school with today's Pontiac game-changing performance $1,000 to its General Scholarship Fund. Today's Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance brought to you by your local Pontiac dealers. Go in today, check out the all-new Pontiac showroom. Pontiac, designed for action. Give this time is to DeWitty, and DeWitty gets it across the 31-yard line. Picks up about 5, a little short of 5 on first down. Dimitri Nance also in the game now for Arizona State. First down marker brought to you by Overstock.com, your online source for savings on everything from video games to big screen TVs. Overstock.com. Nance, the lone setback, he gets the call. And Nance will be stopped right about at the first line marker. I think he's going to get this. Nance, a freshman out of Euless, Texas.
And I'm sure Arizona State fans are thinking great things happened for us on offense in this football game when Ryan Torain had the ball. But not great things happened when Rudy Carpenter was dropping back to pass. Interceptions, a few of them, and a couple bad plays, a couple things that went for touchdowns, and a couple missed throws. Rudy Carpenter has got a lot to do, a lot of work to do to shore this up going into the Pac-10 season. And right now, Arizona State's run game looks pretty good.
Carpenter straight back. This time he does have time, and he throws, and the catch is made by Miller. Zach Miller, only his second catch of the game.
And that's not enough. That's just not enough for Zach Miller. Zach Miller's a guy that's got to have 8 or 9 catches in a game for your passing game to be working. And the one thing we really noticed about Arizona State on offense, they don't have the big play ability right now at wide receiver. They had one big play from Terry Richardson. Again, Rudy Burgess, who used to be a tailback, who used to be a corner, who's now a wide receiver, is home in Arizona watching with a neck injury. And these guys need somebody to step up at wide receiver and make a big play. They just don't have it right now.
Lewis comes to the near side, a draw play this time, and DeWitty is going to get it going in the right direction, down to about the 43-yard line. Sean DeWitty, the sophomore out of Colorado Springs. And let's take a look now at our Cooper Tires Defensive Player of the Game. It's a no-brainer here, P.
Oh, it's got to be Damian Hughes. 2 interceptions, locking down that side, baiting Rudy Carpenter, making tackles, physical play. Damian Hughes, I truly believe after seeing this game and watching him, not only is a big-time NFL corner, but he is the finest corner right now in the country playing.
High praise. And there is a pick by Sidquan Thompson. Big-time play and not a good throw by Carpenter. We'd like to have that one back, but I'll tell you what, it was a great catch by Thompson.
And you can't help but feel a little bit for Rudy Carpenter just standing on the A of the Cal. That's his 4th pick of the day, with his hands on his hips, just standing there kind of staring off into the distance, wondering what happened to the promise of this football game. And that was a beautiful play by Sidquan Thompson. Never really needed the other hand. And look at Rudy Carpenter. He knows he missed the throw, but he can't believe that Sidquan came down with it with that beautiful, beautiful interception. And now he's shaking those dreads for the people of the city.
Marcus O'Keefe is a running back from California. Now, and you know what? They don't drop off a whole lot with Marcus O'Keefe. Here is O'Keefe. And O'Keefe will get it going across the 40, all the way to the 43-yard line. Nice run by Marcus.
And we've been talking about Marcus O'Keefe off the air. I mean, here's a guy who's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, considering playing time here at Cal. Marshawn Lynch, Justin Forsett, 2 of the best backs in the Pac-10. O'Keefe would be a 1,000-yard rusher for most Pac-10 teams. But when you have great players in front of you, you have to wait your turn. And he's been here a long time. He's been a senior, and he's always been kind of a backup guy, but a very reliable guy, and a guy they're not afraid to give the ball to.
No, when he plays, he's productive. He's had a couple of 100-yard games in his career at Cal. And that time, just miscommunication. I think it was going to be the fullback who was supposed to get that, but Nate Longshore probably will have a little chat with Byron Storr. And Longshore, as you can see, 4 touchdowns on offense, all 4 passing plays. He scored a couple of defensive touchdowns. And a punt return, an 80-yarder by Deshaun Jackson. Joe Ayoub is going to be the quarterback now for the Bears. As Jeff Tedford thinking this one is in the bank, and it is, with 4 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. Ayub gives it to O'Keefe, and O'Keefe will be short of the first down. Travis Gaethel makes the tackle, and Gaethel, even though he hasn't played a lot of minutes, has been productive when he has played.
Yeah, he's been all over the field delivering a lot of blows. You look at these two quarterbacks in the football game, Nate Longshore and Rudy Carpenter. These are both guys from Southern California. Nate Longshore from Canyon Country. Rudy Carpenter finished up at Westlake High, both in Southern California. They know each other. They're friends. They talk sometimes on the phone, so I'm sure they'll have some words for each other, but just opposite sides of the spectrum as far as performance goes today between the two guys.
Well, Larson hits this one pretty good, too. And a fair catch called by McGahey at the 7. College Football Saturday is presented by Kyocera Wireless. Take your texting to the next level with the new Kyocera Strobe. Kyocera Wireless reminds you to dial responsibly. And brought to you in part by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. By Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And by Wrangler, makers of Wrangler 5-star premium quality denim jeans. Well, Danny Sullivan is now going to be the quarterback for Arizona State as time ticks down, 3:29 left in the game. And the Bears with a comfortable 28-point lead. And we're going to get whistles and flags and all that stuff.
Danny Sullivan for the Bay Area up here does not have any relation to a race car driver.
No.
Though many would think. But his uncle was a very famous coach. His uncle is Carroll Williams.
Yep.
Famous coach of the Santa Clara Mustangs back
Broncos.
in the day.
Broncos.
The Broncos? That's
yes.
a horse. Come on, give me a break.
So is a Mustang. Yeah, Carroll's still around, former athletic director at Santa Clara as well. Give this once. That was Robert Peel, who made a little amends for blown coverage a little bit earlier that resulted in an ASU touchdown.
And this has been a very physical Pac-10 football game. We've seen a lot of big hits.
Yeah.
Bernard Hicks also got a piece of the runner. But Robert Peel, the one that delivered the blow.
2nd down and 10. Give this time is to Nance again. Nothing doing. Down on the bottom of that one was Rulon Davis. Davis, no small guy, 6'5", 275. He played a year of JC ball, as you said, at Mount Sac. 3 years in the Marine Corps, a mature individual.
Do the eye black things really help you when they're vertical like that?
I don't think so. Maybe when you're laying on the ground. Here's a give once again to Nance, and Nance gets in the room this time. He's going to get the first down. Brought down by Bernard Hicks. And the clock continues to tick at 1:47.
And we said one of these teams is going to leave here today, and most of their BCS hopes will be basically squashed. And right now, it's the Sun Devils. And they felt like they could really be in the Rose Bowl this year, and they could still win all their games. This is a very good football team and a team with a lot of good players, but the way Cal's looking right now, I think they're starting to get their mojo working after that bad loss versus Tennessee to start the season.
Well, according to Jeff Tedford, they came back the next week and played well against Minnesota. At Portland State, I realize they're a 1AA team, but very good defensive team, and will do well in 1AA. I suspect they will be in the playoffs. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. See if Sullivan puts it up for the first time. Nope, give it ahead to Jackson again. Jackson will get to the 24. Let's take a look, rather it was Nance on the carry. Let's take a look at our Kyocera call of the game to Sean Jackson. 8-yard touchdown catch. Also had an 80-yard punt return, which was a thing of beauty. So big day for Deshaun Jackson.
And it looks like Cal right now is really comfortable within their own skin. They have bona fide superstars on offense. They have a real All-American corner in Damian Hughes. Desmond Bishop is a very good representative and leader of this defense. Cal looks like a team in the Pac-10 right now that's for real, and they've really put a stamp on it today, especially in the first half of this football game. And
that is going to do it as the Arizona State Sun Devils score first but finish last as the Cal Bears come roaring back. 49-21, they win it. No offensive touchdowns for the second week in a row for the Bears in the second half, but it doesn't matter. They win it 49-21, and as you said, on both sides of the ball, a dominant win.
Overall, they managed the game very well. 0 penalties in the first half. Nate Longshore looking really comfortable, looking like a poised quarterback, and really dropping back and finding his people, finding Deshaun Jackson, finding Jordan and Hawkins. When you got Marshawn Lynch and Forsett in the backfield, what else could you ask for offensively? And Cal, their strength still, I believe, is on the defensive side of the ball. And this is a team that after that hiccup in the first game really looks like they can do some damage.
You know, and Saquon Thompson is the guy, yeah, he made that pick, and he looked a little bit shaky at times in the first half, but you could almost see him get his legs as this game went on.
These guys are going to improve throughout the season, and you hope the same for Arizona State, but Rudy Carpenter definitely taking a step backwards today.
ASU really crippled on the offensive line as Carnahan went down near the end of the first half. Berg was already down and not playing at all, so they do have some excuses in the offensive area, but California also was banged up a little bit. Andrew Cameron, normally their starting left tackle, did not play at all, and because he didn't play, it was temper time.
It was temper time, and the people in the crowd, especially Jim Watson, very pleased with temper time. Cal's for real, Barry.
Well, that's a wrap for us from here in Berkeley. Once more, the final score, California 49, ASU 21. A reminder to stay tuned, as most of you will see South Florida taking on Kansas. That's coming up next. Meanwhile, for Petros Papadakis and Jim Watson, I'm Barry Tompkins saying so long, everybody. And we thank you for watching College Football Saturday right here on FSN. 49-21, Bears win.
This is it. The Chevy Model Year End event is almost over. The last of the 06s are going fast, so come get your Chevy before someone else does. Like Colorado Regular Cab LS with available street pack that gets an EPA estimated 27 highway MPG. Get this 06 Colorado Regular Cab two-wheel drive with available street pack with 0% APR for 60 months. Claim yours before they're gone. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyLocalDealer.com.
Go anywhere. Do anything. The power is yours. Cordless power. But be cool with your cordless power. If you've got old rechargeable batteries hanging around, take them in to be recycled. It's easy, and it's good for the environment. Check us out online or call to learn more.
The perfect lawn. Durable, yet thick and soft. A beautiful setting for your most cherished moments. You'd be surprised what happens on your lawn while you're away, especially if you've planted Rebel grass seed. Rebel gives you a durable yet soft and beautiful lawn. Rebel grass seed. Enjoy your lawn. The neighbors do.
My number's messed up.
Let the kiddo begin!
Fun then? Fun now. Keno, pick your numbers, odds, and winnings. Play the Keno Kick for $1 Million challenge. You could win $1 million or drive away in a new Ford Edge.
Keno!
Get full from Taco Bell's value menu.
Bruno, what is the holdup? I'm full? Not possible. You are Hungry Bruno, 9-time competitive eating champion. You don't get full.
8 half-pound burrito for warm-up.
Hungry Bruno, full!
Introducing Taco Bell's half-pound value menu lineup. Now fill up on any of 3 hefty half-pound burritos to keep your stomach and your wallet full. Think outside the bun.
You're watching FSN South.
The home field has been plenty kind to the Kansas Jayhawks of late. They've won 8 straight here at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence. They'll look to make it 9 in a row tonight as they welcome the Bulls of South Florida to town. USF is undefeated on the year, so something's got to give tonight on FSN.
Today, the undefeated South Florida Bulls muscle their way into Jayhawk territory to take on Kansas in a Big East Big 12 rampage. Both schools are led by Herald homegrown freshman QBs. This week, South Florida's Matt Grothe earned Big East Offensive Player of the Week honors. Kansas QB Kerry Meyer has already demonstrated his range and abilities, throwing 2 TDs and rushing for a 3rd in a Kansas thriller last weekend. South Florida and Kansas, a Big East Big 12 matchup between 2 up-and-coming squads. The Butterflies are unleashed. It's gut check time. Next.
Welcome to Lawrence, Kansas, the campus, the University of Kansas, as Dr. Pepper proudly presents the Big 12 Game of the Week. It's the Kansas Jayhawks at Memorial Stadium, coming in with a record of 2-1 to face the South Florida Bulls with a record of 3-0. Welcome, everyone. Bill Lamb, Gary Reasons, glad to have you aboard for tonight's tilt between the Bulls and the Jayhawks. These two teams so far have been going against teams from non-BCS leagues. Tonight, they go against one another, Big 12, Big East. Next week, they get down to conference play, so this is a good measuring stick.
Kind of a good measuring stick for both teams, and really a couple of young ball clubs getting it done so far this year. Jim Levitt, only 10 years involved in that program, so they're very, very young overall in football. And here with Mark Mangino with this program, they've got some youth out there as well. They lost 8 starters from the defense last year.
We thought we'd have a battle of freshman quarterbacks. We got one freshman quarterback tonight, and he is a standout in Matt Grothe from South Florida.
Well, Matt Grothe's done a great job running that football team. This will be his third start of his career. Hey, he's actually the leading rusher on this football team, doing a good job, over 70 yards a ball game, and he throws the ball pretty well. He gives him that dual threat opportunity that you like to have in a quarterback in a wide open offense.
The other side, we thought we'd see Kerry Meyer. Hurt his arm last week in the loss to Toledo, unable to go. So that dual threat is gone for them.
Well, Kerry Meyer, disappointed not going to be able to play tonight, but he did get injured last week. But, you know, they've got a senior quarterback that they're going to go to, and that's going to be Adam Barman. Adam Barman has played Bill. We've seen him play. He's a very capable quarterback, and I think he's going to have a good, fun time tonight. Just going to go out there and hang loose and have some fun. I think he's going to do a good job for Mark Mangino.
Both teams counting on their defenses to lead the way, particularly in the early part of the season. And when you look at South Florida, you go right to the heart of it, and that's linebacker Stephen Nicholas.
Stephen Nicholas is a good linebacker. He's active. He uses his hands real well. He's an awards candidate. We'll watch him tonight.
And on the other side for Kansas, it's not 1, 2, but 3 guys, again, linebackers that spread it out.
Well, the linebackers, they're all gone from a year ago. Great players at that position. This year, they've got to change the lineup there, but they're all doing well, doing a good job against the run.
All right, it's an even matchup tonight. South Florida and the University of Kansas. More on the defense when we come back for our Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week.
HBCU fans, it's a family affair at the 2006 Bank of America Atlanta Football Classic, presented by 100 Black Men of Atlanta. Saturday, September 30th, 3 p.m. in the Georgia Dome. FAMU and Tennessee State always do it to it on the field, and this year will be no exception. You and the family better be there. Don't forget about halftime.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Come out to the Chomp, College, Health Fair, and Parade. Pre-game fun for the whole family. All proceeds benefit 100 Black Men of Atlanta's charity, Project Success.
My number's messed up.
Let the kiddo begin!
Fun then? Fun now. Keno, pick your numbers, odds, and winnings. Play the Keno Kick for $1 Million challenge. You could win $1 million or drive away in a new Ford Edge.
Keno!
At your Dodge dealer, it's all about the best in American and German engineering and design. Like Dodge Durango, with the best interior room in its class. Grand Caravan, with the best combination of seating and storage of any minivan. And right now, it's all about you. For the first time ever, well-qualified buyers get 0% financing for 72 months on 2006 Caravan or Durango. It's our best offer yet, so hurry into your Dodge dealer. That's 0% financing for 72 months on one of the best Dodge vehicles in the best Dodge lineup ever. Hurry in and grab this limited time offer.
Attention FSN night owls. Got the late night munchies? Get a spicy chicken sandwich at Jack in the Box. Visit Jack in the Box for everything late night. And watch FSN for all your late night sports action.
Saving the world from evil is hard. Fortunately, saving time and money on auto insurance can be easy. Quote by print, instantly at Esurance. Take a fresh look at your auto insurance.
Visit esurance.com today.
Worms and germs can attack your computer.
Something's wrong with your computer and you've tried everything.
Try this.
One quick click. Velos will keep your entire system virus-free, safe, and secure.
With Velos, to make it faster than the day you got it.
Visit velos.com.
And make it quick.
If you even think you're slowing down, get a free virus scan at velos.com and make it fast.
You're watching FSN South.
Welcome back to the Dr. Pepper Big 12 game. Molly Jones in Lawrence getting you set for South Florida and Kansas. It's the final chance for these two. Tune up before play begins next week, and expect to see the football early and often this evening. And as a result, the scope for the Bulls, Williams on one and Mike Jenkins on. Four. 239 yards of total offense on the, or excuse me, not total offense, just passing offense. So 239 yards of passing offense per game. So the Kansas cornerbacks going for them, it will be Aqib Talib and Blake Butel. Talib, the freshman All-American, and Butel, the junior transfer from Butler County Community College. Between those two, 19 tackles and 6 pass breakups. So it should be an air show under the lights tonight here in Lawrence. We'll have the kickoff when we return here from Memorial Stadium. It is South Florida and Kansas coming up on your Dr. Pepper Big 12 Game of the Week. My IFB's going in and out.
Just driving along talking about whatever, and suddenly wham.
I know, I saw it.
Just think maybe they went too far.
I think where they went was real.
But is it just shocking for the sake of shocking?
But being in an accident isn't a shock? That's what they call it, an accident.
Yeah, but you're watching TV, commercial comes on.
This lush expanse of green does more than beautify our world. Trees help clean the air of carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas. As North America's largest recycler, last year alone, Waste Management recycled enough paper to save over 41 million trees. From everyday collection to environmental protection, think green. Think Waste Management.
It's about time you notice Mercury, and not just because it's got a style all its own. Like Mercury Mariner, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy 2 years running. The 32-mile-per-gallon Mercury Milan, winner of the best midsize car. Mercury Mariner Hybrid, the first green car of the year. And Mercury Montego beat out every car, truck, and SUV tested to win the Ideal Vehicle Award.
Now get a 2006 Mercury Montego with front-wheel drive from around $19,995. You've got to put Mercury on your list.
5 with the bottom? How about that? Oh, no! 4.5 and we got a race.
Lose the race, lose your ride. Pigs, exclusively on Speed.
Jim Levitt gathering the South Florida Bulls around him. Jim in his 10th year at South Florida, starting the program, and wow, have they risen quickly. 64-39, and last year going to a bowl game as They are now in their second year in the Big East Conference, and they come in unbeaten at 3-0. And these guys know each other very well. As Mark Mangino on the other sideline at 21-30 in his 5th year at KU, they spent 5 years together from 91 to 95 down the road in Manhattan, Kansas at Kansas State University, part of that terrific staff that Bill Snyder put together. So not a lot of secrets between these two here tonight.
No, they know each other real well. One on one side of the ball, one on the other. Mark being on the offensive side and Jim Levitt obviously on the defensive side. Pretty interesting watching them out there before the game, just talking briefly, and they hugged each other a little bit out there, but it's good to see them getting back together here in a contest.